What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Holding It Down Podcast with 3 Plates Tommy. Today we got a good episode. We got the one and only Portense Biennn CCC in the motherfucking house.
What's up, man? It's your boy Predikt, Portense Biennn CCC. What's good, fucking Tommy?
What's up, dog? Thank you for coming and doing a podcast.
That's right.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
We're
Well,
right here.
It's only right. It's only right, bro.
Yeah,
you know
dog.
what I'm saying?
Well,
I hope you start getting some crazy ass guests up in here.
Fool, we're trying to get some wild people in here, some good guests, but we got
Am I
the
not
wild one right
enough,
now.
or what the fuck,
We got the
homie?
crazy one right now. We got fucking Portense Biennn.
Man.
You know,
El
Predikt in the
soltero,
house, blessing
el
the
mujeriego.
show. Got everyone wild. Yesterday, fool, what about yesterday? We went to that event.
Well, I think I was so high in that room. I didn't even know how high I was till we walked outside. I was like, damn, bro, I'm lightheaded, but then fuck, that food was fucking good.
Dog, we went to the Smokefest. Be Real had the Smokefest, Bart's Barbecue, and all these other companies had like a throwdown of barbecue. And everything was bomb. Like, I don't know if it was a competition or they were just showing what they had, but each and every one was bomb. Like, it was just good, everything.
That
Like,
food was
there was not
awesome.
one lacking plate there. Everything was fire.
There was, what, like 6 vendors?
There was like 6 vendors. They had
And then
burritos, they had
ceviches.
chunks, ceviche. The tostadas were fire,
Ribs,
huh?
fucking,
They had
man,
brisket, ribs.
it's like every little part
everything.
of your body,
Yeah,
homie.
whatever you could think of barbecue,
They
it
had
was there.
Tommy Pilates.
Brisket.
What do you want, a set of Tommy's fucking panza?
They had
Set of the
fucking...
leg. You were
want
eating everything.
Yeah, fool, I ate everything.
I know you did, bro.
I had 3 plates, and then I would go back and come back with more fucking plates. Fool, I was just grubbing the whole time. And then remember we had free beer when we first got there. We just walked in there, and it was just like the green room, and it was just, at first it was just me, X, that fool Will. It was all fucking asleep, crashed out on the couch right there, and X is like, "Don't wake him up." I'm like, "All right, this one was just right there." Fool, everyone was right there. This was just crashed out right there on the couch. I was like, "Hey, fool, get up, dog!" Right here in the middle of everybody.
Tirado.
Yeah, I was like, "¿Pa qué lo traen, dog?"
La habías dejado en el
fool,
carro
leave
para
him,
que se
leave him.
muriera.
Yeah, no, dig. No, and then fool, and then we got there, we were blazing it. At first the room was clear, dog. It was like nothing. And then we started smoking, and then and then Be Real got there, he started smoking, everyone else started smoking. That shit was just cloudy. Like, you're walking, it was just a cloud of air, like, damn, I'm in a fucking door or something. But
It
we
was
were
hot
lit,
box.
fool. We were hot box, fool. We were drinking modelos, fucking, and eating. I ate burritos.
You ate everything. You
I
just said
ate
you ate
everything, dog.
homie.
It was bomb. But yes, if you guys missed the Smokefest, they were giving away tickets, fool. You could, anybody, not anybody, but you had a chance to
Exclusive.
be
You had
able to get
exclusively
in.
to get in.
If you hit up like E-Zone and them, you would have been able to get in and get some bomb. And it was cool. It was a good ass show. We got to see C- and Bobo on the DJ, and then hitting the fucking. It was tight, fool. E-Zone right there. We were wild. It was tight.
It was cool, man. It's cool to
was
see
tight.
people that when you get a personal invite from somebody's podcast or be like,
Yeah.
hey, cállate pa' acá. It's only right if you pull up, and they're asking you come support or just pull up. You should gotta be able to take that invite, and don't be like, man, está bien lejos, está this, está that. Like, nah, homie, if you ain't doing shit for reals, pull up, bro. Support the homies,
Yeah,
man.
and it was you're supporting the homies. Plus, it's a cool
You're
show.
networking if you
you're
want.
networking. You're talking to people, meeting all these people. It's cool. And
I
plus,
like-
it's like how you said, supporting your homies.
I
You
like
always gotta
que
support.
conocí a couple youngsters that were there that they were like, what's up, Predikt? And like, I guess there were people that were watching my podcast.
Yeah.
For them to know me. And I was just cool with them, like, hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do. Like, you want to take a picture, homie,
Yeah.
or what? Like, if they
I
would
do-
have asked, I would have. But like I said, just saying what's up to them and just vibing out with like the subscribers
The
or
the supporters.
The supporters,
dog.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We don't want to call them fans because como que así no, the supporters.
Yeah, no, the homies.
So when they
But-
came and they said my name, it was cool.
Yeah. And then like me, like to the little homies that were right there, we took pictures, and everyone that was right there that said hello and took pictures. you know, thank you guys for supporting and for all the love. And it was cool. Like I was right there, and people were like, 3 plates. What's cracking? They fucking want a podcast, and they're like, when's the next episode? You know, and it's like, we're here. But yeah, thank you guys that were right there and watched it, and
now I'm here.
Support it. It was cool.
Now I'm here on your podcast.
And then now we got fucking Predikt right here telling the stories. But what's up with the fucking jersey today, fool? You got what's up? What is that, dog? Explain to the people.
We're
dog.
just trying to flex on XG that we got more than 2 jerseys and a Raptors and a Utah jersey. You know?
Yeah, tengo más de una jersey.
No,
he only wears the Raptors and
he's seen my collection, dog. He's walked in there and he's seen my collection. I like no le enseño todos, pero ahí está.
That's you? You fuck around with jerseys?
Bro, I have a collection, homie. I probably have about like 45 to 50 authentic jerseys.
Yeah. You're only for authentic. One team or the OG All-Star ones?
I'm more of a Randy Moss fan.
Yeah.
You know, you got Moss kind of shit, you know.
What's that, the Vikings?
Randy Moss.
You like the Vikings?
I fuck with the Vikings. I've been fucking with the Vikings since Randy Moss entered the draft and he got drafted by the Vikings.
Yeah. That's like a...
So this is a 2000 Pro Bowl jersey when he, MVP, Randy Moss. You know, so these are like jerseys that I just bring out once in a fucking great moon. I'm like, damn, 2020 is 22 years later.
Damn, man, that's tight, huh? Them fools are
well,
like,
I mean,
nobody
just
has that.
Jersey,
Or only a select few have it still.
Few know about this jersey. They're like, all right, that's a fucking Pro Bowl MVP jersey. So it's a little bit, bang, you got the MVP jersey.
Yeah.
No, so I was heavy on the collecting when everybody was using jerseys. I just started getting into my collection. I started buying his college gear from Marshall
and all Moss,
everything Moss, bro.
That's
like
tight.
You know, like everybody has a favorite player, like in the NFL, whether it's a quarterback, a wide receiver, a running back.
Yeah.
Well, mine was Randy Moss because I
fuck with that.
I fuck with that fool because when he came into the league, I think it was like 19 or 21 teams that passed him up, and the reason they passed him up is because him and Jason Williams, the basketball player that played for the Sacramento Kings, el güerito chaparrito.
Yeah.
They were best friends growing up, but they used to smoke weed. So they said, "Oh, Randy Moss, you know, he's gonna be a problem. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem to all the teams that skipped him
everyone
up,
else.
You know, so when they picked him up, he shut everybody up on the first fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, and when he went to play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and it was personal with the Cowboys because el pinche Jerry Jones, he fucking juiced them up. He juiced them up like, hey, we're gonna pick you up. The Cowboys this is when the Cowboys were hot. Because remember the Cowboys won between
was that Emmitt Smith and all that days?
Troy Aikman.
When they were hot. Who else was right there?
It was Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Oh, it's a wrap.
It was. They had the team,
and so they pumped up Randy Moss like, "Hey, we're gonna."
So he wanted to go play. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there and get him a couple more Super Bowls." Yeah, and those was having won a Super Bowl since.
Yeah,
they barely made the playoffs in 2009 and last year.
Yeah,
you know. So when they talk about Tony Romo this, Tony Romo that, sometimes people say Jerry Rice is the best. People got to understand, Jerry Rice played for 20 years. He didn't want Randy Moss to break his record.
Yeah.
Randy Moss played about like 14 seasons, but 2 of those seasons you got to take out because they were just going from team to team.
Yeah.
So he technically played 12 years.
Yeah.
But it says 14 on record. And then you got third T.O. always crying about something.
Yeah.
You know, but to me, Randy Moss is number 1.
But Randy Moss, that game with the Cowboys, when they passed him up,
what did he
do?
Oh, the highlights, you don't even want to see him. It's 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, and I mean, just watch it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Is that the one where he did one where he caught it with one hand? I see it was. I think he went like backwards or something. You know?
I mean, he did, and that was his rookie season. His rookie season, he broke, I think, Jerry Rice's record for most yards or something like that. And when he ended up playing for Tom Brady, when they won 19-1, when they said, "Oh, ese ya no trae gas," he went in there and he scored 25 touchdowns, which is, I think, 1 more than Jerry Rice. So he broke another one of his records. And the only reason he don't, he don't have bigger numbers because he didn't have a Joe Montana or a Steve Young.
He was working by himself, huh?
By
because
himself,
no tenía un quarterback.
Just throw it up there.
Yeah, because it's like the Vikings. If you hear about him, it's just that fool. You don't ever think about.
Well, they had
nobody.
Chris
You
Carter.
just think about Randy Moss.
Yeah,
who was his quarterback?
His quarterback at that time was I think Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, nah.
Ese vato. I mean, he had a
but nobody,
Dante Culpepper.
no other star.
But no.
You could say like Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith,
nothing.
Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Ese nomás era el
he
Moss.
just aviéntamela. I'll catch it. I'll figure it out. So that's why they named the catch after him. You got Moss, homie.
Yeah.
So if somebody does a crazy catch, and you catch it, people say you got Moss, homie. So if they name a catch after you, even little kids in elementary say you got Moss. Man, you guys never even seen that fool play, you know. But just
they don't even know what the fuck Moss means. They're like Moss, but like
you got Moss, Tommy.
Nah,
you know they know
Moss.
what it means, Randy Moss.
Yeah.
You know that would just leaped over 2-3 defenders, homie, and catch that ball.
That fool's bad, huh?
I mean, shit.
And he got a Super Bowl or not?
He went to the Super Bowl, I think, twice. But he went once with the Patriots,
but he didn't.
Los Giants los pisaron. Damn. That's when they went 19-1.
The score, huh?
No. The Patriots.
They had a whole nothing except they only lost the Super Bowl
so
game.
They're known as the 19-1 Patriots.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was his chance to get it in again.
And Moss. And what happened to Moss? He went from the Vikings to the Patriots?
He went from the Vikings to the Patriots, and then from the Patriots. I'm sorry.
He played for the Buccaneers,
No, dispensa. He went from the Vikings to the Raiders in 2005. And
what did he do for the Raiders? Nada?
What did the Raiders do for him?
Fools were all pumped probably that Randy Moss was going, dog.
But trip out on this. Trip out about Randy
here.
Moss. I went there. I went to the game when he was there, and they played the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Again, Randy Moss, I think he's the only player, if I'm not mistaken, that's been undefeated versus the Cowboys. It's personal towards him versus the Cowboys.
Because of that.
Because
of that. They passed him up.
Because Jerry Jones pumped him up. So he's like, I'm never going to lose to this team. Even when he was with the Raiders, they won. You know what I'm saying? He's something personal about them.
Like, he made sure they won.
He's like he made sure that every time I play the Cowboys, you're going to remember me because you guys would have had some more Super Bowls.
Damn.
So that's what my hate towards the Cowboys is.
And you never played sports? You ever played sports or Charlie?
Charles.
Like in high school, no who else baseball?
I was playing with the pollitas, homie.
Yeah?
You know, yeah, that's it, bro. Like, my mom didn't have the money to invest in me like that. You know, my jefita had 3 jobs, so I belong to the streets.
Yeah, like you babysat yourself pretty much, huh? You were always by yourself.
I didn't have a father growing up. My stepdads were like drunk, so I was fed to the streets and caliente, homie. Yeah. So, you know.
Well, at least you didn't fucking end up. You're here, dog, doing some shit. You have your podcast. You got shit going on. You're fucking doing it, dog. Tenos perritos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you have stories of other fools or other homies that were with you or chilled with you and ya no están.
They're dead
or
in jail,
you know? And it's like it's you always got to think like it's what you make of what your situation it was or is, you know?
I tried to, man, you know, and some people always tell me, agárrate una mujer y ya cálmate. I'm like, man, all these bros are tóxicas, bro.
Yeah.
The badder the bitch, the more problems she comes with.
Yeah.
Whether she has bad spending habits, it becomes your spending habit. Like, I haven't even bought me shoes, and you want me to go buy you stilettos?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Like, mira, aquí tengo los mismos shoes de 2 weeks.
And girls don't
2
care.
years.
It's all about gimme. Can you provide? Or then you're a broke ass. Like, I ain't broke. I just don't want to spend my money on you.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell?
Straight up, bro. And girls are getting to that habit that they start being sad once they start getting all this Botox or this BBL put on them. It's a psychological warfare they have in their cabeza, bro. Now they're fighting their own fucking demons. Somebody told them they look ugly. You know?
Think? Well, a lot of girls
but
I do this for me.
Yeah,
I don't do that for somebody. Dog, what? You want to fucking look at yourself all bomb in the mirror and be like, damn, I look all bomb. Nah, dog, you're doing it for a motherfucker or someone to tell you, like,
look,
not saying or whatever. These fucking...
Look,
I'm all mad, huh?
No, but look.
Hey, fuck that.
Hey, I'm telling you, fool, I'm a ladies' man, so I'm telling you how it is.
Yeah.
Somebody in their messages told them they're ugly, and it took the right person to say it for them to read it to be like, "What's wrong with me? I gotta go to Tijuana right
I'm
now.
gonna shave this.
You
down.
know, cut that double chin. I don't want to go to the gym. You know, shit like that, bro. But it's some real shit.
Fool, and then behind us, girls will get surgeries, dog, and not work out, and they just look like a big old linebacker with a little ass waist, and you're just like, "What's up with you? You didn't work on nothing else.
You haven't seen
but
the movie
you have
Ants?
a waist like this, but your shoulders are looking like this."
They look like Donkey Kong.
Dog, I'm like, what's going on? It's a, hey, you better work out and then do it. I mean, anybody can do whatever they want.
What about the ones that look like ants? Like they have a big old bunch of skinny ass legs.
Oh, weird. Like, hey, what the
like
fuck
big
is-
old booty but no legs. Like
look like with a wet diaper. Like,
I used
hey,
to
you're
like going
no,
to
look, I'm
I
gonna
like I used to
pump it or
like
what?
going to the gym in the early 2000s when girls were really having a personal trainer and they were really working that much harder to get a butt, you know? And now it's like
There's still girls that are doing that. They're like, nah,
They
I
want
want
it
to do
natural.
it. Maybe to go on natural. And they're like, I've been doing it for 3 years, but I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
they're
it's better
saving
than
their
looking
se-
like
SpongeBob?
Fool, sometimes you're just like,
Like
what the
SpongeBob?
hell? Like that doesn't even look good. You know? I don't know. I'll be like, sometimes you be like, these Hannahs ain't embarrassed to be looking like that, dog. I'll be like, well, hey, let's not go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look all weird. Fool, skinny ass legs, big old booty.
Por ahí estás
Straight
viendo,
back,
por ahí
nothing else.
estás
Like, what the
viendo.
hell's
Yeah.
going on here? Like,
Yeah. I hate it when you go to the strip club and the girls say, bring the bag. Like, no, I'm going to bring a couple hundred.
nah. you like, you
Ain't
better
nobody
watch
going
out.
to come be bringing you $1,000 and you're not even stripping full nude. Like, you got me fucked up, man. We got Backpage Pros, Craigslist for all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you have all of them fucking ready?
Hey,
in
we got
case
all
the
the
strip club
ads,
doesn't work, I'll
homie.
go somewhere else.
We got offer up, homegirl.
Let me see real quick. Oh, you guys are closing? Okay.
All right. You know, we got escortalligator.com.
Damn. What is that?
Hey, I'll tell you. Fool.
Escort alligator?
Look at it. There you go.
What is
Promotion.
that? Explain to the people what the escort alligator is.
One
There's
of my
fools right here
homeboys,
that
all
wanna
right.
know.
Is that's what I'm telling you, homie. I'm gonna be an old soul, homie, but I got way more game than a lot of people watching. Alligator Escort Alligator is a website where like truckers, you know, that travel the country.
Yeah.
You fucking tap in to that website and you say what city you're in, like if you're in Bakersfield, Sacramento, Oregon, whatever, at the truck stops or somewhere nearby, there's an escort ready, homie.
And they're
Llegan
right there. They lock in.
llegan to
They're like,
that
"Let me
big ass
log in.
truck stops and
At my
shit.
location. I'm right here in case
Man,
anybody driving
I
by.
have a post on the Portense Biennn Podcast, a short one when you see a girl walking into the fucking truck.
truck?
And I'm like, Portense Biennn.
like
whose
the
sister
lot
is that?
lizards.
Exactly.
That's what the lot lizards
But
are.
they just have the name. They
But
just
that's
changed
what
the
they call the
anime.
alligators.
Alligator, ya saben, the
Oh, el
swamp,
lagarto.
homie.
No, but yeah, you see that at the places.
No, you see that everywhere.
I used to trip out. We used to go to Four Corners when I was little, and we used to come from Ridgecrest and come to LA, and we would always stop. And there was a truck lot, and you would see it, and you would see it. You would remember when you would go into the gas station, the bathrooms, and they always had a slot machine where you could pay like $1 or $2 and be like you could buy a condom or
You remember
some
that
other
shit?
weird shit they had. I'm like,
Cigarettes?
what is this shit? You could buy a cigarette, condoms, gum, and then like I don't know. They
Plan
had like
B,
other stuff,
Plan
weird
B.
little toys and stuff that you could
Stick
buy
in their
at
assholes and shit.
at the
Butt
gas station.
plugs.
You'd be like, look at these fucking weird ass people. Yeah, I remember the truck stops.
Nice
Truck
shirt,
stops are
nice
kind
shirt,
of
homie.
ghetto, dog.
Look at that shit you
There
got.
was a truck stop. Where did I go? Where was I? I think I was on my way from driving from Texas here. I don't know where it was, but I stopped at a truck stop, and it was a big ass one. And they had a restaurant. They had all these places. They had showers, and it was like cracking. And there was people right there. And then in the parking lot, there was a whole bunch of people, and that's where I seen like in real life fucking a lot lizard, like a lady walking,
Hey,
and
how
then
old were
walking
you?
with the dude, walking with the trucker, and he gets in the truck.
How old were you,
And
though?
then he'll get in. I was already like 25 or
Oh, I
something.
thought you were like probably like in your
But yeah,
teens.
sure. But
and
no,
you
when,
were like,
when,
"A
I,
ver,
no, when I
jefe,
was
nunca me
little,
has dicho
at
nada
Four
de las
Corners,
lagartijas."
I would see the ladies too, like right there. But I didn't know that they were like hookers or nothing. I would just be like, hey, why are they
Come
just chilling right
on,
here?
man.
I was a little kid.
Like when XG says she's over 30, ya está viejita, I'm like, échamela pa' acá. She's in her
Throw it.
prime. What are you talking about,
In her
homie?
prime.
You know?
Well, there's this old man, little man. He's that fool's like 7. He's probably like maybe 70, 60 something. And that fool, he'll be like, I got a 49-year-old right now. I was like, damn, dog, you got the like,
hey.
yeah. And I'm like, that's cool, but fool, you think that's how you're gonna be when you're old?
I don't think about it.
Cuando ya tengas como unos 60, you're gonna be like
70. I'm gonna be like Hugh Hefner, homie.
Tengo una de 50 ahorita.
Una de 30, homie. I'm gonna be like Hugh Hefner, fool. I feel like I'm gonna be old and handsome, and girls like that.
Yeah.
Why do you think all these girls take trips to Cancun or Israel or whatever, badass pools, but they never post who took them there?
Yeah, and it's gonna be Predikt right there in the back. Portense Biennn.
There's some girls that be super young, and all of a sudden they're in the pool with an old ass man, like grandpa's shit, you know. But again, hey, some girls are like, just take care of me.
Yeah.
That's how they don't give a fuck. They'll fucking suck some raggedy ass balls and
old
shit.
ass man, let's go.
Why not? He stays in his lane.
That fool has coin.
Exactly. That's all that matters. They'll come back and they'll give their boyfriend like, look what I brought you from Cancun.
Hey, what about? I know how they got a
Serio,
stack.
fool.
Where'd you get that?
Hyenas are fucking shady like that, you know. But that's are my experiences.
Yeah.
Me han tocado muchas viejas casadas o se están divorciando y están acá metiéndose acá conmigo. Like,
yeah, you're like, here, let the paperwork
Pórtese
finish
bien,
first.
pórtese bien.
Que se firmen los papeles first.
Pórtese bien. That's what I just tell them, and they don't want to. They're like,
But hey,
ando
when you do
caliente.
stuff like that, fool, you get a lot of times where, hey, you ever had somebody crazy try to like,
Press
well,
me?
like the husband or some shit que te agarran en la movida?
Not que me agarren la movida, but if I even tell them, if I'm gonna get a call from your ex-husband or whoever you're getting divorced or your boyfriend or something, don't bring that shit up around me. I'm a different type of beast when it comes to somebody calling me complaining about their bitch. Control your bitch. No need to call me, man. Control your bitch, homie. You know, and if you control her and don't let your emotions control you and trying to call the motherfucker that's taking care of your hyena, who's fucking doing her toes or her nails or something, do that for her. She don't got to look for somebody like me.
Yeah. Yo, look, ladies or fools out there.
No,
listen
ladies too,
to
though.
Predikt. Take care
This
of
is some free game that I'm giving out to a lot
Yeah.
of fools out there. You know, a lot of youngsters that don't know how to take care of a girl. If you're like in your 20s, homie, you ladies in your 20s, and you get used to it, like if it's tortillas con queso cada día, somebody's going to come and she's going to run into the right guy with the right car. She's going to keep you there.
Con un Hellcat.
But she's going to have her side dude on the side, and guess who that is?
Predikt.
Pórtense bien. And I stay in my lane. I don't call you or bug you or nothing, but this is free game from my own experiences. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I try to preach that to a lot of guys. Pay attention, bro, to these females, man. Because the more money you spend on them, the more you're letting their ego get to their head.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes if you really want to see who a woman is or a girl, you could be like, either let me see how your mom looks or how does your daughter look? Because that's how you used to look when you were young, before all these surgeries, all this Botox. Really, start looking at their kid and you're like, man, you weren't pretty. You better stop.
You'd be like,
I heard about you in high school.
That's
You
all
know?
the doctor right there.
That's all doctor
And then
fixes.
trip out all the hyenas. Girls, they'll get surgeries. Fucking titties, ass, face, nose, everything done. What do guys get? A fade?
I heard guys getting the butt lift now, homie.
Fool just get I'm like, I got a haircut, dog. Be like,
Nah.
damn, fool, you look all different.
Hey,
yeah,
but
fool,
if you-
nobody gets a surgery unless
but
you
if
go
you're part
work
of the-
out or
Chale,
something.
No,
but that's it.
no. Listen.
There's fools that get surgeries
Te estoy
también.
diciendo, watch. There's fools that'll take out all their fucking fat from their panza, and you could put fake six-pack on you, homie.
Ah. Yeah? Fool,
Tommy,
you're going to be walking around with
Tommy.
a soft-ass six-pack?
Hey,
Like, damn,
hey,
what's up with that?
they got
Hey,
tummy
something
tucks
ain't
for
right here,
vatos
dog.
too. And no, not just that, but then there's fucking
Calote.
vatos getting the BBLs too. You know, son del otro barrio también,
Nah.
homie. Hey.
Well, I'm sure fools for the,
Pues
you know,
también
el
quieren
otro lado,
mirarse
yeah.
culiados así, así.
Well,
Si me
yeah,
van a
of course,
culiar-
there's fools that,
Ay,
but,
okay, well, there you go.
but
There is
fools that get
surgeries for
hyenas
men.
don't do that, or yeah?
I don't know. What the hell you telling me for?
Yeah, the
I ain't
vatos
got no
that
surgeries, homie.
like, you know, like that.
I don't
those fools, yeah, se
know.
ponen cirugías o acá, but fools that get a surgery to try to get hyenas, it's like, nah, dog.
There's
I
fools
don't
that
think
get
it's
all
gonna
that
happen.
Botox on their face because they don't want to tell the world that they're old, like in their 60s, you know?
Like the fools on the news, they're all,
Fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Like, damn, I've been
Hey,
watching
Sylvester
you since you were
Stallone, this
young.
is Rambo 5.
Since I was a little kid.
This is the Fifth Blood.
They talk it all.
Yeah, you know, so.
And a lot of famous people, they do, or rich people, they do like weird ass stuff like that, where they eat the placenta and all that stuff, and to stay young. Fool, have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Where they eat stuff
Shit,
and
they
se
probably
ponen
eat
stuff in the
kids.
face. Well, that's what they were saying, that conspiracies or whatever, but the adrenochrome or whatever that comes from like the little kids and infants, that's where like these people pay for that stuff. I don't know how they take it or what, but it makes you be young. Like, it makes you stay like young or whatever. And all these people do it. And then they were saying, like, look at how some people, that when they went to jail, like some famous people, when they don't have access to stuff like that, they look all weird and old. And it's like, yeah, because they're not taking the adrenochrome or whatever. But sometimes, like, it could be stress from jail. But then they're like, Doug, who went to jail, got busted, and looks all like 30 years older after a year? Like, and it's like,
well,
that's
sometimes
true.
depending if you're eating good meals in there, homie, you got good money in your books, dog.
Hey, trip out though. When
You got
fools come out of
rutina when
jail,
you come
they're
out
all
of-
light.
Or all
You see
swole.
fools all well, of course
Hey,
they're all swole,
homie.
but they're like light, like they're like vampire white. You're like, damn, this fool, but no,
Well,
this
nah,
fucking soul,
yeah, I
dog.
remember when I came out of there too. I came out pale.
Yeah,
There's no fucking sun in there, bro. Nothing but lights on 24/7.
yeah, put us lights.
Por
and-
eso te digo, ya paga estas.
and then you're out, no more locked
No more long
doors.
doors.
Reminded me when I was busted.
Hell yeah, Super Max.
Fuck. And what's up? What happened? A ver
I
la
don't like
historia de
talking
when you were
about
busted,
those.
nah?
Nah.
Okay. Well, what's up with
I don't like
fucking?
touching those subjects.
What's up with Portense Biennn and how all that started? Portense
Everybody
Biennn,
knows, man.
CCC, Predikt.
I
What's
like-
that? You used to rap or
I
qué
used to
pedo?
rap back
Yeah?
then. I probably did it for about like a good 10 years or so. Predikt, Balleros Inc., Balleros Incorporated. You know, it's something that I did for a very good while with my boy, rest in peace, Ghost, Fantasma, and Trips. So it's Predikt, Ghost, and Trips.
Yeah.
And we did that shit for a good minute. I have a follower that's been fucking with me since I was rapping. And he reminded me of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's like, dude, I remember you when you came to Albuquerque. I'm like, serio? He's like, yeah, you opened up for Do or Die and Twista at the Super Show. And I was like,
Do you want to ride in the
Damn.
backseat of a caddy? Running out with Do or Die. One down for the whole school. One day night.
so I opened up for them. A lot of people don't know that, dog. So that's why I tell
right.
people, I got
Juice.
backbone, homie.
Well, let them know, dog. Who's going
You
to be
know?
on the podcast, dog?
Tommy,
Juiced
Three
up.
Plates.
The homie's juiced up, know what I'm saying? He
Come
got
on, man.
conectas. Ya tiene años in
tonight,
this little realm.
Like tonight,
But tonight, the
we're
live's
gonna
going
have-
up with...
We're gonna have the homie Prayers, the Gothic Cholo, you know, Gothic God,
And
you
then-
know. So we're gonna have him on the podcast, and it was a blessing because, I mean, that's Cat Von D's husband, man, and just to have him on my podcast, and my podcast is only about like 8 months old, like if I'm about to pop next month, huh? You know, but it was just a blessing. I can tell you a lot until you watch it, you'll be like, damn, se rayó el pinche vato, homie. And like I said, all organically, just reaching out, and he hit me back like an authentic person, you know. And there's a lot of people, females too, that could have about 60,000 followers on Instagram, and then they say I got my company page, I do lashes, I do body sculptures, and then you only see that they only have about 300 or 500 followers. And I'm like, why does your fucking business page only have that many followers? And you're over here worrying about your fucking fake followers on Instagram that makes you feel good that you got 60,000. Well, maybe you got 6,000.
Yeah. No, there's
Hablando con la
fools...
neta. You know?
Dick, you see fools que tienen como unos 80,000 followers, and then you see their picture and they got 200 likes. Dog, at least esos 80, but te van a hacer at least unos 40,000 likes. Half. At least.
Even when they go on their live, you're like, you're only going to have 17 people watching and you have 70,000 people.
You're like, something ain't adding up
Man,
right here,
something that-
dog. What's
So
the
that's
fuck
why I
going
think a
on?
lot of these girls that have also, because I checked their fucking link tree now. If they have a
Oh, you go
YouTube,
deep into the when you go. You don't just follow them. You
no,
go in.
well, I'm like, well, you have this shit. Let me click on. What is it? Okay, so you have an OnlyFans too?
Nah, yes, red flag.
Red flag, homie. And then they have a YouTube channel. They only have about 30 subscribers. I'm like, so you start putting all the dots together, homie. You're like, man, I don't even know, man. Fuck all bitches rattle, homie. You know, I start getting, I get hard, I go hard.
30? Yeah.
You know, and there's some girls that have reached out to me, and it's crazy because some of them are married. You know, but that's cool.
They reach out
like to be in the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
I'm
they
like,
have a little small business. They want to get that shit going.
Yeah, so I'm like,
cool.
yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, we're gonna smash or nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
nothing
it's
like
business.
that. You go have your husband, or just tell him to have a seat over there. But can I openly ask you questions, or are we gonna be like, is there a little wall right there because your husband's right here?
Like,
sí, güey, mejor espérate allá afuera.
Yeah.
You guys deal with that shit when that shit airs.
He's like, ¿qué chingados le
¿Qué
estás
chingado
diciendo
le
a este
estabas
güey?
diciendo? Que en el high school antes se las mamaba todo el football team, homie. Lo que no sabías antes que me hiciera cristiana. You know, so, babe, you know, who's buying you those shoes, mijo? Who's got to go dance for you tonight, though? All right, yeah. There's some girls that are like that that'll take care of a fool, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, is the dick that good, homie? Because you look like a chump. And you have a fucking girl taking care of you. Just take care of the baby. Then no voy a salir. Ando de mandilón. I mean, serio, bro. There's some fools out there that girls control them. Like, damn, bro. I'm not used to a girl ever controlling me or telling me what to do. Even when they're like, who is it? Bitch, what? I pay my own cell phone. You're not my lady. What's wrong with you? I don't got to have my phone upside down to hear it vibrate and be like, fuck, it's Tommy. It's fucking Tommy. Tommy's calling again.
Hey, I mean, I just got on I fixed my fucking phone cracked, fool, all fucked up. And this fool fixed my screen. He put a screen protector, but it's those thick ones para
I know,
the
so
security.
when you're watching porn. So
when you're watching, I'm like, dog,
I
why'd you
mean,
do that? And he's like, oh, so nobody can see. I was like, fool, hell nah. Everything's dark, fool. I got to turn it all the way up. No se mira nada.
Nah. See,
And then if I take it off, se me quebra el screen.
Nomás sonríes y se quebra.
Se quebra esa madre, dog.
Hell yeah, man. But what's up with that shirt you got on?
Oh, I got hooked up. But yeah, thank you for the shirt.
It's just clean, huh? Designed by Mr. Dibujo, you know? He blessed it. Custom letters, bro.
Puro custom aquí.
Puro custom, bro. Portense Biennn, homie. You know? And I'm very happy for you, man, that you finally started your podcast as well. Porque ya era rato, güey, because I remember my first podcast and you was right there.
Yeah, I was right there. Well, we were supposed to start together. The same day that Predikt started episode 1, I was supposed to do my episode 1. We had painted the wall. Even I painted the wall. I painted the wall. This was for podcast.
Like, shit.
Well, I was putting up my pictures and everything to have my background of my podcast. And then he had his podcast and he had a banda on there. And the man was just standing, the owner, remember? He was just standing right there watching it. And then we're like, what's up with this fool?
Shout out to Grupo Los de Compton, homie, for coming and blessing that shit. But damn, we got kicked out.
Yeah, they kicked us out. Right after that, he's like, yeah, it's not going to work out doing this podcast thing here. And we're like, what? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do it. And we're like, what? And I was going to podcast right after him. Right when he finished, I was supposed to do episode 1.
But it was only 3 fools, bro. So imagine... You're hating on. I'm like, and we still gotta go next door where you're doing your candles. Take a gaso, homie.
I know that place did suck. Well, it was a good thing that happened, that we weren't able to podcast there. Because look, now we're here. Now you got your spot.
God works in mysterious ways, but He's not gonna give it to you, dog.
What I say, no hay mal que por bien no venga, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like I went, I did that podcast. I was gonna do my podcast there, and then I didn't. And then we're gonna do it. Over there. And it was like, all right, cool, you're going to do it there. And then again, boom, oh, no, you can't do it here. And I was like, damn, dog.
Hey, how do you think
and that's what
homie?
sucked, fool. So, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to hit up Pete. And then that's when we're right here, dog, you know. And so Cito Studios like holding it down. And yeah, dog, it's like if I would have been over there, I wouldn't have been right here. And right here, it's like, we're good, fool. This is just the beginning, dog. We still have our studio getting built out. Like, it's going to be dope, fool. Me and Modesto are going to be in that motherfucker.
God has plans for you, bro, but it's not going to be handed to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not handed to me neither.
We built to get to this shit. And it's, fool, I fucking, from just being a sponsor on podcasts back in the day, when I first started this, how I first started was, fool, every day, anybody that would come to my house could fucking know that it's right. But I would watch podcasts every day, dog. Joe Rogan, Joey Diaz, every day. Like that was all I did.
Like for me, I didn't have
And
that
all my
shit.
homies knew that. And Joey Diaz got me into writing goals. So I would listen to his podcast, and he's like, whatever you want to do, I'm right here right now doing this. Write your goals down and work at them, and they would happen. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start writing my goals, dog. So
Was
I
being
would
in
do
a
it for
diet?
work,
Was being in a diet part of your goals, or
never.
Charlie?
Fool, I'm good like this, dog. I'm good like this. Never want to work. No, but I would do my goals. I would write down goals, but before it was for work. Like I worked, I was a salesman, and I would write down my goals. I want to get this company, these certain companies.
How many sales today?
And I would get these companies from writing my goals. And I was like, damn, I would work at it, of course, but I would do that, and then it just was like that, fool. So I would do this. I would write my goals down, and I started doing this company BZZT, like with weed, and I always had like. The weed that I had was good, and everyone would always be like, dog, you have bomb-ass weed? Like, fucking, you have bomb-ass weed. So I was like, fool, I'm going to make this shit a company. Like, fuck it. Everyone else is doing it. If these fools do the same thing as me, and they have a company, and they're killing it.
And they don't want to tell
and
you.
I have way bomber bud than them, or way whatever I had, way better. I was
They don't
like, I'm
want
going
to
to do
tell you
it.
the secrets.
So I would do it, and one of the homies put me on, the first guy that put me on, and even though we, like, we went our separate ways, whatever, but the guy from Bodega Treats, that fool taught me about vending at locations and what to do, everything. He showed me that shit, and then I started, like, I didn't want to just stay there. I went and did my own thing,
You
dog.
branched
Like
out,
I seen it, and I was like, what? Like, why is this fool? Why are they only doing this? Like, you could do way more shit. And I did that, and they didn't like it, and so we just went our separate ways. Nothing
always,
bad, but we're
But it's
not
always
there.
better to work on your own,
and
man.
I started doing this shit, so I started doing the weed shit, started doing BZZT, and I made it into a company where I said, you know what, I have good product, I have good shit, so I started getting my shit out there, and I started writing my goals. I was like, I want these people to know about my company. And one of my goals was I seen George Perez on Joey Diaz on the Church of What's Happening Now, and I was like, damn, that fool's right here from the OC. He has he didn't have a podcast, or I think he barely had started his podcast, and he was on there, and I was like, damn, this was like one of us. I'm gonna hit him up, see if I could put my stuff on his podcast.
Right.
And I wrote that shit a goal. And my goals were like to fucking, talk with George and tell him about my stuff and be a sponsor on the show. Next one was fucking meet Joey Diaz and have him smoke my stuff. Meet Joe Rogan and have him smoke my stuff. And these back then was like that was like a giant fucking thing, because I would watch podcasts every day with my homies, and I would tell them.
What year was this?
This is 2018. I would tell them, look, one day that fool Joe Rogan's gonna smoke my Bizwoods. He's gonna smoke my weed and my Bizwoods. And fool, back then it was like saying, oh, this fool, whoever's gonna do that. It was big, because my homies were like, Dick, you watch this fool every day. That's Joe Rogan, Dick. He's never gonna smoke your butt. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I wrote a goal, and fucking I got to George Perez. He hit me up. He's like, yeah, roll up, bring your stuff. He liked my stuff. I talked about my stuff on the show. I started being on the show, and then E-Zone hit me up. He's like, damn, you have good weed. Fucking come and do our show. So I did his show, and then George would take me to the Comedy Store, and I fucking went to the Comedy Store, and I met Joe Rogan and fucking Joey Diaz there, dog. And it was like, oh shit, I'm getting closer to my goals. And then fucking
I'm getting closer to getting my shit pushed in.
And then fucking George, and then George, he's like, hey, I'm gonna go do the Church of What's Happening Now podcast. He's like, you want to go with me, dog? And I was like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, fool, I watch this motherfucker every day.
You fucking brush your teeth for that one.
All my homies that would come to my crib, they all knew fucking Joey Diaz. They all knew that fool, and they're like, Dick, this old man, you're always watching him. And to me, it was like fucking huge. So I was like, fuck, this is my shit. And I went and I met him. I was right there in the office. I gave him a whole bunch of fucking Bizwoods. So that fool gave a whole bunch of Biswoods to fucking Joe Rogan. And I was like, I didn't even know. And then one day we went to the fucking Comedy Store, and we were at the Comedy Store, and I was right there. It was me, Felipe Esparza, Joe Rogan, my friend Brian Moses, George Perez. Like, we were all right there kicking it in the back. Joey Diaz, we're all kicking it, and we're blazing it. And then Felipe's like, he's like, man, these blunts are bomb. These Biswoods, he's like, they're so good. He's like, I'm gonna give one to Joe. So he went up to, he's like, I'm gonna go introduce. Let's go talk to him. So I went with fucking Felipe Esparza. I was just like in shock the whole time that I'm like, damn, these fools are all blazing my weed, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, let's go. So we went up to Joe Rogan, and he's like, what's up? He's like, hey, this is my buddy Tommy. He has a fucking weed company. He's like, he has bomb ass blunts. Here, grab one. He's like, well, they better be these. And that fool pulled out a Biswood. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, he's like, hey. He's like, yeah, it is. And he's like, oh, shit. He's like, these are fucking amazing. He's like, Joey gave me these. He's like, these are bomb. So I was like, what? He's like, yeah, this is the guy. So I gave him a handful, another handful. I was like, here. And that fool, that's where the whole story with Elon and all that. Fool, that was my blunt. Like, if you see Elon, when he opens the blunt, before they smoke, it's the tube of Biswood. It's a glass tube with a black top, and he unscrews it. You can see it, and he drops it, and they smoke, and that's my shit. But back then, it was when I first was starting, and it was just an idea of, I just put a label on my weed. It wasn't before I got it, trademark branded, anything. It was just, I was selling bud with the label on it and just doing it. It wasn't a big deal to me. It was just like, I want people to know this, see how it goes. And they fucking smoke my shit. So that fool, Joe Rogan, till this day, he knows my shit. He's like, oh, this fool with the fucking bomb ass blunts, the bomb ass weed. So I'm going to fucking Austin with this fool Hank. What's up, Hank? I'm gonna be out there with you fucking soon, dog. But Hank, I'm gonna do his podcast in Austin, and fucking he's homies with he does his shit with Joe Rogan and all those fools. And he's like, fool, bring your fucking bud. These fools want the fucking business.
I think that's one
we're
of
gonna
my
be.
plans.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit started from just an idea to writing my goals down to working at them. And I'm here right now, dog. I'm podcasting. I fucking, this is just the beginning. Like, I'm trying to do everything, dog. Like, whatever
don't try to
using
do
my
everything.
talents and using this fucking
look,
this podcast and everything to get out there and doing more, dog. Like, this is just the beginning.
But look,
and we're on episode
let me give you some
6,
advice on that. Focus on one thing.
Yeah. No, well, that's what I'm saying.
Because if you try to do everything, you're gonna half-ass everything.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if you're gonna focus on your podcast, focus on it 100%.
Yeah.
Don't be here, there, because we all get 24 hours in one day, the same
There's
one.
only so much.
So there's only so much two hands could do.
Yeah.
You can't do the 8 things like if it's a 4-man team. You feel me?
Yeah.
But once you have a team going, everybody has to play their position.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, fool, this podcast took so long to do.
I know how long
but
it
I
took.
didn't.
I was there, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't want to just do something like, nomás para fucking, let's just get it out there. I was like, I want it to be right. I want it to be something that, people waited for this shit, dog. Like, people wanted to fucking see
you got
it.
people
And
that
for
fuck
me,
with you, dog.
So that's why I'm like, we're solid. We're here with Suavecito. Blessed, dog.
Suavecito.
That's the shit that everyone that fucks with me knows that the Suavecito, that's all. That's it. Even the homies from work, from wherever I've been, they always know me as Suavecito. Before anything, they were like, oh, that's a Suavecito guy, because I would always have Suavecito shit. My hair or a shirt or something, and then I would tell them like, hey,
for the beard too.
Yeah, then they have beard oil. They have stuff. Even if no te crece pa que te crezca. They have for your hair.
Like
you're going balding,
patches.
and fool. They have everything. Fool. They everything, and they're homies. Fool, and this shit started from an idea to now where we're in one of their lounges doing this show, and that's what I'm saying. Like, fool, it's never give up on your dreams, dog. It could be a small ass idea that everyone knocks you down. No, everyone has a podcast. fucking, there's a million podcasts now. What are you even trying to do a podcast? Oh, fuck it. I'm one of the million podcasts, you know?
You're one of the million, and they go subscribe to your channel,
maybe,
or not, bro.
It's like, yeah, it's like people do stuff to, like, I don't know, like, they're like, you're podcasting to do some shit. Like, I'm just podcasting to podcast and talk and do other shit. I'm going to do other shit, but I'm not, it's like, people want this to be, take them to fucking do everything. It's like, no, dog, this shit is something, and then you could do other shit. It helps you to get network or to do other shit. From here, you could do hosting or whatever shit, or have your podcast and somewhere else at some shit. It's like you could do other shit than just use it. You could use this like podcast as like a platform to start other shit, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like, this is my one thing we're doing is the podcasting, and then the next shit is gonna be the live shows, music, hosting, different shit like that. Fool. Hopefully one day, fucking interviewing people at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're right here holding it down, interviewing people at the Grammys. What's up, dog? And you know, it's like endless. There's possibilities.
Yeah.
It's just what you do with it. And what I'm trying to do is as much as possible.
Me,
You know,
what I'm
having
trying
cool
to
guests
do-
like you, and having just different guests that just bring other stories and other shit to people's minds and attention. Like, you know, it's just something to get people going. Like, you fools are at work right now listening to this, and whatever they're going through, there's people that like text me or they'll DM and they'll be like, damn, dog, like, I've been going through some crazy shit, and when I listen to your podcast, this shit gets my mind off of stuff. And it's like, you might not even know that you're helping somebody, and you are. And
Shit, come on,
and
homie,
that's what I'm
I
trying to
came
do,
out the
dog. I'm just trying to
hospital.
get fools away from
Look.
whatever they're doing right now, and just
It's like this,
here,
Tommy.
plus plug shit like your stuff and our stuff, and let people know the whole circle be just in our world, you know. This is just an interest to like a little part of our world, you know. And if it wasn't for the people listening and everything, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have a reason. And that's why, you know, thank everybody that does listen to this, and who will, and the future people that are listening to this. Like, it's a wrap, dog.
I think what I do-
there's so much you can do with this.
What I tried doing, because when I came into this, was probably during the pandemic, and I was trying to ask people that had a podcast or a platform to let me in, and it seems like I was a threat to them. Like, decían, oh, we're booked for the next 3 months, puro pedo, you know? But it's cool. If I don't know why I'm a threat to your podcast, like, I'm gonna take your subscribers if we're airing at different times, you know what I'm saying? And you saw how I went through surgeries, like almost a whole year of just back in and out of the hospital. So one day I was just thinking, it's gonna be like this, man. We're all have a death day.
Yeah.
So
And we don't know when it is.
we don't know when it
But
is.
it is
So
gonna
what I
happen.
try to do, that's why on my podcast, my energy is all about, let me get to know you, and let's just talk about some stories that probably have affected your life, or some stories that were funny as fuck in your life. Let's just talk about certain stories and appreciate the time, because when my time comes, I don't want people to be saying, oh, fucking, you know, Predikt was a cool ass fool, or he was like this, or he was like that. I'm like, just go check out his fucking channel. That's why he was leaving something behind. Instead of you just having a picture of me in your head,
You
are
can
you
go
gonna
watch
tune
that
into the
fool.
Portense Biennn, homie? And now you could be like, that fool was a cool ass motherfucker. He'll try putting everybody on, but I only have 1 week, 1 hour to put everything all together. For, you know, like, we have 1 hour to put both of our stories together, homie. We got 16 minutes, you know, and I tell people, just admire the time of somebody when they're there, and because, you know, you don't know if tomorrow their name's going to be called, and you're like, damn, homie, and I got to smoke one to this. How was his last podcast or something? You never know what cards are dealt your way, man.
Yeah, you never know.
And
That's why they say it's like enjoy
and seize the
enjoy
moment,
everything
man.
right here, kicking it, all
Kicking
this.
it right now, all this
Take
stuff,
that
man.
shit in, because you never know
You
when
never know, fool. And te puedes morir en tu pinche sueño.
un pinche temblor,
temblor,
a
and
crash
your
on the
fucking
freeway,
house
some shit.
fall.
You never know,
Anything,
dog.
bro. Anything could just happen crossing the street. You know? Who knows, man? But that's the energy that I bring on my podcast. And maybe that's why it's so organic, because I don't like talking about politics. I don't talk about nobody else's podcast because I'm not going to give them that kind of clout. For what?
Yeah.
For what? Just this is the Portense Biennn, the holding it down.
And that's
Podcast
it.
collabo right now.
Yeah.
And you guys wanted Tommy and Predikt in the same fucking building, doing the same shit right now. Aquí estamos ahorita.
Yeah, and we're right here.
Seize the moment.
What got you into like podcasting though? From everything you used to do,
From
like,
everything
just
that I used to
rapping and
do
shit,
to being a mailman.
like how'd you get into podcasting?
I
kid?
got into podcasting. Rest in peace, my boy. He was like my little brother. His name was Coco Loco from the West Side Locals, West Los, and he we started kicking it around 2015, 2016, and he's the one who introduced me to the Activisa.
Okay.
And I ended up just using the new hustling way with my old school hustling ways, and I started making my own wave. And he told me, you know what, dog? You're fucking special, homie. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He raps too. He was signed to DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia.
Oh, okay.
The only Mexican signed to 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Coco with the K, Kokoe.
Okay.
And we became very, very tight, bro. Like, he's like, you like my older brother, Predikt. You never have tried busting a slick one on me. I'm like, I don't need your money. I don't need nothing. He's like, let's go move some products, We're going from fucking San Diego all the way like to Sacramento. I mean, just being on the move, real fucking triste traficante shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like just on the road, dog, about making money. And he told me, you need to become a vlogger. I was like, what the fuck is a vlogger, homie? He's like, you need your own shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a mailman, dog. Like my mind was just numbers and delivery mail, dog. So I had a one-track brain,
Yeah.
fucking 12, 13-hour shifts every day. So cuando me dice, you need to do this, you need to do that. I remember when Instagram let us go live for the first time. He's like, look, fool, this is the new wave. I'm like, what? He's
And it
like,
was
go
Instagram.
live on your Instagram. I'm like, what is that? Just go. And we're just waiting for one person to pop up. Hey, what's up? And
it was like a live chat,
This is like 2017, 2018. I think 2017.
Yeah.
When the first live came on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we did it. And I ended up getting a Snapchat. And I had a Snapchat for just like a month ago. They deleted my shit. I had all the plugs.
Why they
fool.
delete it, fool?
¿Pa qué preguntas si ya sabes?
Yeah, pura lo que
Ajá,
era.
ya sabes. Somebody had to just fucking hate on me gacho. And I guess it's for the better.
Yeah.
Who knows who could be plotting on you or something. Y cuando me dice, you need your own shit, before it was even called podcasting, you know what I'm saying? It was just like XM Radio, Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, huh?
He inspired me to do this shit.
That was the first fool that I
He was
seen
the
do
first fool that
shit.
inspired me to do shit and not hold back on the mic. But something that I never really like talking about is politics, because it leads to either government politics or street politics, and I don't like being...
Yeah,
said
full
that.
strip, yeah. Like,
Right now,
este
you see
güey
a lot of
dijo
people are on
esto.
hot water right now.
Yeah, dog,
But,
the fools record that shit
hey,
and put
like
it
I
out
said,
and be like, you said this
yeah,
once.
but again, that's why on no podcast, I don't talk about no politics. I'm like, let's just talk about your crusty toenail then. How about
Yeah.
that? Is that political enough to go to
strip
Tijuana and
clubs,
take that
strip
shit out?
clubs and fucking...
Yeah, I like to talk
and
about
lot
normal
lizards.
shit, or like, how was your day in traffic today? Did you see a lady picking her fucking nose? Like, oh, what up, putting her lipstick on, fucking
What's the craziest
driving.
shit when you were fucking mailman? Que mirases, dog.
Que miré,
Like, or
o que me pasó.
or they happen, fool.
All de
You
los
know,
dos.
because you always hear like,
Miré.
no, con el mailman. El
Yeah,
mailman.
yeah.
Did you ever get any highness or any little
I had-
lady,
I-
any
I-
fucking
I-
old
I
ladies
had-
que querían pedo?
Sí, un día entré, I haven't told this one yet, because I told the other ones. Entré a un restaurante just to have lunch, and I normally didn't have lunch at all, just drink water and run through the whole fucking route. It was like 13, 15-mile walks per day. And I decided to go. It was a pupusería. I said, fuck it, I'm going to give me some pupusas. No tienen burritos? No, puras pupusas. I said, fuck it. Me senté a comer, and there was some lady right next to me, bonita. And I'm like, just let me eat my pupusa, my business. And then I get up there to pay, and she's behind me. And I could see her like through the mirror on the top, like, sabrosura.
Man.
Mira, maje.
Yeah,
So I was parked.
Vaya.
I parked, and normally the mailman driver's side is on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Little did I know that she was parked right next to me. So when she opened her driver's door, well, I'm on the right-hand side, so I'm like, oh, hola, ¿cómo está? And she's like, ¿cómo está, caballero? I was like, oh, she's an older lady than me. I'm like, ¿a dónde
She was
va?
allá donde vos, ¿no?
Ajá, le digo, ¿a dónde vamos? You know, I'm like, ¿a dónde va? She's like, you know, I'm like, ¿a dónde va? She's like, a ver a mi abogado. I'm like, ¿qué pasó? ¿Se está divorciando o qué? You know, just throwing it out there. She's like, ¿sí? And I was like, okay. She's like, ¿a dónde vas? Le dije, pues tengo que ir a entregar el correo, señora. ¿Qué pasó? She's like, dame tu número. I was like, ¿serio?
Older lady or what?
Well, I mean, I was 43 right now, so like she was probably like 46. So she's
And
probably,
how old were you? What, 37, almost 38? 40?
We're looking back to like 2014.
Oh, dick. No, pues tenías un 30,
I was like
34.
34 por allí. And it was pretty morrito para ella.
Listo.
Yeah, you know, she's like, I'm about to hit 40. You're still in your 30s. You're a government. Ya me estoy divorciando. The whole 9 yards. So she went to go handle her scandal with her attorney.
Your phone number?
She got my phone number. Se fue como a las 2 horas, agarró una llamada. Bicho. I was like,
Vaya.
Maje. I was like, ¿qué pasó? She's like, ¿dónde estás? Le dije, aquí ando por esta callecita ahorita. She's like, ¿dónde? I'm like, man, I dropped down my location and shit. Aquí voy a estar. And, you know, I want to go do it's called a park and loop where you start delivering in one corner and then you end up across the street, but it's like 50 houses.
Yeah.
Like 25 on each block. Cross, and I get there, and she's parked behind the mailman car. And I'm like, oh, shit, that's that lady right there. I'm like, man. And I went over there, started talking to her. She brought me 2 Gatorades, homie.
Serio? Cold?
Yeah, fresh from 7-Eleven, homie. A blue one and a yellow one.
Yeah.
She's like, pa' que nos pa. I'm like, man, you're gonna make me thirsty, mija. Me vas a hacer que traiga sed.
No, ahorita me va a dar sed.
Me va a dar popusa. ¿Para qué viene? You know, like, you know, and she was cool. She's like, dame un besito. I'm like, pórtese bien. You know, that's where the pórtese bien she started coming out, my G. And that's why when I tell you, it's hard for me to trust females, whether they have a boyfriend, they have because of all this shit that has happened to me in my life. And when all girls say, not all girls are the same, I'm like, no, but they all rattle. You know, you might have a bad day, and you might be on. Man, these past couple of weeks, I talked to some of my homegirls, and they were on their period. Like, hey, don't fucking talk to me like that. Catch yourself. Catch yourself.
They tell you?
No, like, hey, you don't say tu novio. You're just telling me to fucking vent, and you're screaming at me. Fuck that shit. You know?
Yeah, fuck that.
Si estás casada y nomás quieres algo, but you know, like, no me estás gritando a mí. The fuck? I'm just a substitute.
Lady?
Oh,
let's go back to that lady, not to the little besito. Besito, what happened?
Besito. Like,
and after the besito, what?
Okay, y le doy un besito, y luego me dice, no, ven, dame un besito. No, you know, when they just grab you by the lips and they just start sucking on the lips.
You're like, hey, bichi lady, aquí está una carne, ándame en su lado.
Pórtese bien. And she's like, te voy a llamar al rato. I'm like, yeah, call me, porque ahorita se me está parando el chile. Se me está parando ahorita y tengo que seguir trabajando. I still have like 6 more hours to go. And this is the time when the sun goes down like at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be done till like 7:30, homie. And you start hearing dog barking and shit. You're like, where's this dog coming from? En la noche, dog? It's not a cool feeling, homie. It's like you're going through the Amazon. Like, what's that sound, dog? Serio, güey. Está cabrón, güey.
No,
like,
yeah, fool, hell
getting
yeah.
fucking... I got
loose
bit a couple
dogs, dog.
times. And, oh, man. And
Ain't nothing worse than a loose dog, fool. When I was little, when we used to catch the bus, I used to catch the bus.
Nothing more like a dog that's been chained up to the tree forever.
Dog.
Y ni le dan de comer.
No. And then when he gets loose, well, there was a boxer that would run around in our neighborhood, and that fool would chase fools and bite fools. And one day, fool, I got off the bus, and I was walking home, and I seen that motherfucker, and we locked eyes, fool. That fool was over there. I was right here. And I looked at him, and I seen him, and I was like, what's up with him? What's he going to do? And I just waited for this fool to react. I was like, what? And that fool, he seen me, and he's like, what? whoop, that fool started booking it towards me. I just threw my backpack and just
but
booked it. Fool ran all the way home, dog. Fool, to this day, dog, I hate loose dogs, fool. That fool chased me all the way home, dog. My dad had to take me back to pick up my backpack.
¿De las Olimpiadas?
¿Dónde dejaste la mochila? I was like, I don't know. I was all mad and fucking couldn't breathe because I was running, fool. I was like, yeah. And he's like, a ver, vamos a agarrarla. I fucking went over there.
It was still there.
Fool, in the middle of the desert, dog. I had to walk.
Ain't nobody was going to steal that shit,
and the bitch-ass dog was right there. Fool, every day.
That dog was still there?
And then every day
waiting
after
for you.
that, he would chase me, fool. Every day I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not even going to take. I told my dad, just go pick me up at the bus stop. This fool's going to chase me every day. Fuck that dog, to this day. That was my homie Jason Decay's dog. And I tell him, fool, what's up with your bitch ass dog? Fool, you guys never, fool, he died. But I was like, hey, why didn't you guys tie him up? He's like, he gets loose. I was like, fool, put him to sleep. This fool fucking chases me every day, fool.
Hey, he kept you in shape, though.
And then when we were smaller, me and my sister would walk to the bus stop behind, and there was a big old dog, fool. He was like
Beethoven's size.
He was like Beethoven mixed with like a golden, like a chocolate lab or something.
Damn.
He was big, fool, and we would walk through this yard, and he would see us, and now we were just, but he was big, fool, and we would just run, fool, every day, fool. My sister probably still remembers that big ass dog, and this old lady owned it.
Yup.
That same old lady. When I was a little kid, I was bad, dog.
So you wouldn't even like a mailman job because you're like, fuck all these
I don't
dogs.
fuck with dogs, fool. I don't fuck with dogs.
What about cats?
The same old lady with that big ass dog, fool. One time she was driving down the street and had this big ass rock. I don't know why, but she was walking down. I was like in an alley behind both of our houses, and she was driving by, and I was like, well, let me see. And I just fucking threw the rock high as fucking the air at her. She was driving, and I just shattered her whole window. Bah! This lady was like 90, dog. Old ass lady, fool. And I just remember she's like, and I just looked at, ran, and she came to my
Super
house,
Mario.
and she's like, hey, your son broke my. I told my dad, hell no, you know like la ventana. I was like, I didn't throw no rocks.
Ella me quebró los
Bad
dientes,
kid, dog.
homie.
And I fucking stuck to my lie. Like hard, she was like, "I seen you throw it." And I was like, "No, you didn't." My dad's like, "My son ain't gonna throw no rocks."
You wanna,
bad dog, and I did.
Hey,
and
you're one of the biggest
you know
liars
what
I
you did?
met, though,
pinche viejita.
homie.
Badass kid, fool.
You're
And
one
then-
of the biggest liars I met that
no,
believes your own lies,
that was the
homie.
truth. And I'm telling you, I told the lie that
Every time I
didn't
talk
break
to you
it,
on the
and I
phone,
got
you're
out
telling
of
me a
it.
lie that you believe
And
in
it
so
worked.
much.
My lie fucking worked, dog. That's why I was like, man, I was a badass kid, dog. I would stick to my lie hardcore, dog, to the end.
To this day.
I'm not budging, fool. No me voy a budge. El glove de Michael Jackson, I lo tengo in the house.
¿Y los calzones de los
Framed.
niños?
No, los calzones de Popeye that he
Oh
had on
my
Blood and Blood Out, los
God.
tengo, dog.
Pórtate
Folded up right there at the
bien.
crib.
You sniff them?
Aquí van a estar en el,
You
when we
sniff
have a
'em?
studio, ahí los
Have
voy a
you
poner.
sniffed them?
Nah, no huelen a nada.
There you go. Sí los volvió.
Come on, dog. You be sniffing underwear, dude? You be sniffing
This is
underwear?
the streets, homeboy.
You got no choice. Hey, fool, you be sniffing underwear or what?
Charlie.
Have you ever?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I had so many beautiful women in my life that they're like, here, smell this. Like, I'm like, damn, that shit smells fucking bomb. Eat it. Ay, boy.
A ver.
I mean, I had beautiful women
Hey,
in
you
my
ever
life.
had a hyena where they put the edible underwear?
Nah, I haven't been there
Never?
yet.
I always see
Nah.
those shit somewhere. I'm like,
Yeah,
has
but it's
anybody
like-
ever have a story
Nah,
about
it's
having
just-
a hyena with edible underwear? Mo, no?
Nah, it's
Andy,
just,
what's up, fool? Nothing? Nah, Andy's out.
Nah,
he's
man.
good. He don't
Aquí
do shit like
estamos,
that.
aquí los regañan a todos. You know, yeah, that's why it's hard to even have a podcast or have some, or being a singer or rapper or a stripper and being in a relationship, bro. Because you always have to be
I trip
hiding
out on
something.
strippers, dog. On strippers que están married.
Why do you trip on
Because
them?
I asked George and Eddie, I'm like, hey, dog, some of the strippers are married. He's like, yeah, fool, some of them
Bro.
are married. I'm like, and what? He's
Is
like,
my
fool, it
advice
comes
not
with the
good enough?
territory,
Hey,
dog. I'm like,
hey.
fool, like, because
It's like
fools go in
that.
there with, tiene billete, they're like, let's go in a room.
What did I just tell you, though,
But that's
earlier?
what I'm
What did I
saying.
just tell you earlier, though? It goes back to what I told you earlier. It's all about that money.
Yeah.
They don't care si es un pinche viejito de 60. Ese viejito va a llegar to draw some change. I'm going to put my pussy in his fucking face.
Yeah. Well, that's why I always trip out, like, on fools that get hookers And fools, they
Look,
de que van a los
look,
massages,
listen,
que they do
listen,
manaqueses.
though.
But
Okay,
I'm like, dog, you
look.
gotta think, fool. Some fucking dirty mechanical, old ass weird man with no arm, all fucking weird,
Okay,
goes
but
in
listen.
there and does the same shit.
Okay, but
It's
listen,
nothing, like,
listen,
nah,
dog. Let me put you up on some game, platos. Jesus
Put me up on
Christ,
game,
I'm
dog. I
trying
don't
to,
know,
homie. I'm trying to, fool. It's like, let's say if you how could I tell you like this? Money talks, bullshit walks. If you have the money, you're gonna get what you want. But if you have a, let's say, a mediocre jaina que ni bonita está, they still want you to take them to the movies.
No, I'm talking about the massage parlor ones, not a jaina for a date.
¿Me vas a dejar hablar ahora sí ya?
Okay, habla.
All right, homie. Fuck, I'm trying to give you the free game. We're here for Predikt today, homie. You know, so you have to take the pros with the cons, because a professional bitch is just there to fuck you. Kick in. You're gonna spend what, $300 to $500, depending on how good everything becomes, right? If you take a girl out to eat, which está bonita, it's just even your own lady, how much you spend on a date?
Yeah, como unos 160.
What more, homie?
When we go eat?
No, through the day, because she's with you all day.
Like when I go
leashing.
with my girl?
If that's how you want to put it.
No, I'm saying you said
Desde que
it's
te
the
levantas
same
y
as
se
with
salen
your girl
juntos
than a date.
hasta la noche.
See, voy con my girl all day when we go somewhere.
At least
it's
$3.
feria.
Okay, well, let's throw the number.
And then
Throw the number.
It depends. Si vamos
Throw
a
the
si
number.
vamos a
Okay.
fucking Long Beach.
Okay,
y
but
los
I just
inventamos
gave you
fucking all
the
that shit.
example, though.
No,
I just
gastan
told you.
200.
Okay, so it's the same thing when you're paying for a professional bitch. You come, we do what we got to do, adios. I go back to my normal life. I got to get back to getting to this fucking money. I'm not trying to seduce
I got a
you.
podcast at 6
I'm not here
o'clock.
trying to seduce you and take you out to eat and take you to the movies for you to tell me that you're on your period. There's guys that work fucking wonders, bro. Like,
No,
they'll
but
find a
you gotta
waitress
ask
to
them
go
before,
get
hey,
a
what's
free meal.
cracking down there?
Nah, there's a lot of girls.
Hey, what's that there?
There's a
Can
lot
you
of
go
girls that
swimming
fight
right
for
now?
a free meal, homie.
Hey, if we wanted to go swimming, can't we today? No. Okay, then I'm gonna hit you up.
I told
like
you, bro.
4 days.
A lot of girls are looking for that free meal, but if you go to their house, they have nothing but top ramen.
Puro pinche sopitas.
But they just finished paying those $10,000 for
Hey,
their
fool,
ass.
High key though, top ramen be hitting sometimes.
It don't matter.
¿Me
You
vas
go-
a decir que no, dog?
But I'm trying to explain
Sometimes,
something
fool, when
to
you're
you,
like, oh,
dog.
I'll fuck a top ramen up right now, dog. You cook that shit, damn.
Te estoy explicando
That shit's
algo,
bomb,
güey.
fool.
Por eso te estoy explicando.
¿Tú le pones mayonnaise a los couple noodles?
Nope.
Mom, try it one day.
Nah, for what? That's
Put
only when you put
mayonnaise
it on
a
the
couple
spreads,
noodles one day and a
bro.
little bit of fucking tapatio
I put tapatio and limon,
and lemon,
homie.
and then thank me later. Pone poquita mayonesa, dog. And then you'll be like, damn, Tres Platos was right, fool. You think a fat food like this is going to tell you something bad about food, dog?
Well, I'm trying to look for my health.
I'm going to tell you nothing but flavor, fool.
So you end
If
up
you
in
go,
the-
okay,
Mira.
another, and everybody out there right now, I'm going to give you guys restaurant game. If you're going to a place and you can't find it and you're looking for the address, if you don't see a gang of people by it, just keep going.
Those
If
are
it's bomb,
facts.
a lot of people are going to be eating right there. If it's not, don't.
If it's a
People are
taco
let's
stand and
try
there's
it.
no people
Don't
there,
try it.
no.
There's nobody there. Don't try it.
Si hay línea, sí.
Si hay línea, go. If you see a restaurant, they're like, nah, they got bomb ass Philly cheesesteaks, whatever. We'll go and it's dead. Don't go. If it's full pack, fuck it. Park the car. See where we could park. I'm gonna drop me off and then go park the car. Meet me later. You already know it's gonna be bomb.
Eso sí. And if they close late, like at 2 instead of midnight, oh,
It's a
man, they
wrap,
already
yeah.
know what it be.
because fools
homie.
are right there after the bar.
En
If
caliente.
it says we close at 4 in the morning, you know it's fire. Porque everyone right there
At
that's
4,
drunk goes.
ya cuando se amanece el
No,
pinche
porque
sol.
everyone goes after the bar.
Güey,
And fools are right there
come
ordering,
on.
fool. By the time they get there, ya son las 3. They order. A las 4
3:30.
cierran.
Te acabas de comer, ya son las 4.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't like going to sleep after I eat.
No, well, you're not supposed to. I
Oh,
said
you're not
like
so-
2 hours.
Do you? A
Fool,
ver,
I'll
Mr.
eat,
Preaching.
I'll eat in the middle of fucking night and go right back to sleep. I'll eat and I'll be like, I'll
Vato.
think about.
Then
I'm
you
like,
can be preaching what you just said.
no, I'm not talking
You
about.
just said.
I'm not talking about people.
You just say you
I'm
know.
talking about me.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yo
talking
me
in
como
general.
lo que quiera.
No, pues deja
I'll
que
eat,
llegue.
fool. I'll wake up. I'll be like, damn, dog, I'm hungry as fuck, but it's like 12.
In 5
like, fuck
years,
it, man. I go on sandwich.
mira,
I'll eat it and I'll just lay down right
Look.
after the sandwich.
in 5 years, you're
I'll
not gonna be
sleep. I
like
don't
that,
care.
homie. In 5 years, you're not gonna think like that, bro. Because when you're 37 and then you hit your 40s, y cuando dicen, that's when the check engine
Well, I don't
lights.
do that every day,
No.
dog. No, ya empezó. The check engine light already hit a couple
my God,
times.
serio?
Where I'm like,
Fuck, not me.
not really, but sometimes I'm like, hey,
what is that?
but-
I'm missing spark plug or what's going
No,
on?
sometimes
with you?
I'll be all high and I'll just be thinking about shit. I'll be like, hey, does my stomach hurt right now?
Yep.
And then I'll be like, it
Yeah.
does hurt. I'll be like, oh shit, wait a minute, it does hurt. And then, you know what I'm saying?
It's todos
But other than that,
parts.
I'm good.
Nah, well, like I said, in 5 years is a different story, homie.
I know,
You're
look,
looking
we
at
have
like
to take
over
care of ourselves.
2,000
We have to start eating
day.
right.
Exactly, homie. So,
You want to be here for a long time or a good time?
or a good time.
A good time.
A good time?
Nah, este güey no hacía nada, pero vivió hasta los
know
90.
what?
O no, este güey puro pinche party todo el día,
Okay.
pero a los
But
50
look,
se lo llevó
Look
pifas.
how many parents or siblings that we have
What do you
are
want a
dying
story
at a
of?
young age.
What do you want a story?
You heard
He
me?
partied like a motherfucker and died at 50, or he fucking was kind of, he didn't do really too much shit, but he was 90 when he died.
Well, you know what? This is the way I
Fuck,
look at
give
it.
me 90, huh?
Look,
give
let
me 90.
Look, do you have life insurance?
Two
Real
kids,
talk.
yeah. Two kids. What
With
time?
who?
When do you want to?
With
Hey,
who?
you
I know
want to
you're
be
lying
like
to me.
100? You want to be
You're
like
lying to me
100?
already, fool.
You want to be like 100?
This guy, see? He ain't even
Do you want
answering
to?
me.
No, but this is a real question.
Who do
Do you
your
want
life
to live
insurance
to
carrier?
80 or to 90 or no to like 100 years old? Do you want to live that long?
To me, all
Be
I
all
know
old?
is that I have life insurance to bury myself, homie. There ain't no GoFundMe here. And that's what I try to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you
No
right
car
now.
wash.
That's what I'm telling you. Do you have life insurance?
Yeah, dog,
Because
you-
I'm going to
you
put you
can-
up on game if you're not. And I'm going to put everybody out there
Put
on
everybody
game.
up on game right now.
Yeah, including
Look,
yourself.
everybody,
Who's
right
your
now,
life
we're
insurance
putting
carrier?
up- we're-
Mine's
we're
AAA,
putting
dog.
up-
And this it goes like this. Under 39 years old, you're worth a certain amount of money. Once you hit 40, your stock value goes down. So that phone call that I made last year, and I decided to get it this year.
Yeah, you
hey,
dropped
ya
in value.
bajaste. Ya, pareces carro
So
usado.
before 39 years old, if anybody out there wants
to get life insurance and be worth a
before
lot more
39 years
feria,
old.
get it before you're 40
But what do you
or
mean
even
worth
before
more
you're
feria?
30.
That means when you die, the money que le dan a tu family, your daughter, your
anything.
kids.
Like, let's say if I was 39, I was worth 200,000.
Yeah.
Now you hit it at 40, you're only worth 100,000. What happened to the other
¿Qué
100,000?
pasó? No, pues ya.
Ya vas para allá que para acá.
Yeah, you
we're
were
in
like,
the,
"Ah,
we're in
you
the
said ya
business
vas
to
más
make
pa' allá
money,
que
not
pa' acá."
lose money. Why do you think a lot of people were trying to get life insurance when the pandemic hit? Y no los dejaron a nadie.
Nah, because motherfuckers were going to get sick and might
already had
die.
it. I already had it. So I
Like,
was
no,
like,
si ahorita
I'm speaking
if
for
you die
myself.
right now, we got 100,000 other motherfuckers are gonna die, and they just got the shit. That means we gotta pay them out. That's 100,000 motherfuckers. They want $100,000 life insurance, so they
people
didn't do
say,
that.
This guy was over there always bottle popping y con viejas y con todo, y acá estamos haciendo car wash y vendiendo tacos para enterrarlo al güey. Like, I don't think it's right. If you got kids, you better have life insurance, homie, because if se pone cabrón la situación, homie. You know, when you know that you're the provider and you have a family and you live with them, that's when shit really gets real. Because when you end up in the hospital and you're the provider, hey, homie, it's going to be hard on your wife or your lady, and you got 2 or 3 kids. Who's going to feed those little tigers?
Yeah,
El siguiente león que va a entrar.
el fucking.
Whoever it is, dog, you can't
And
blame.
hopefully it's a good motherfucker that
You know,
knows.
so if you have a baby mama or you had a kids with somebody, let's say 10 years ago, you can't be mad at the next man that's trying to step into her life, you know. And as long as you're good to my kid, I mean, that's none of my business what you do with her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when fools, you could have a hyena, like you could have kids and you separated. And fools are like, no, there ain't nobody gonna be fucking my kid's dad. It's like, fool, if you
Then be
play your
dad.
part, if
Play
you
your
play your
part,
part,
homeboy.
it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
You have no threat at somebody else if you take care of business. You're your kid's dad. Aquí estoy. He's there. He knows me. But if you don't, you're like, fuck it, I don't care. Why are you gonna trip if some other fool is teaching your kid how to play baseball and do all this shit, or
or
fucking
giving them the time and day,
or
man.
fucking do their taxes or whatever, and you're like, fuck, that's my kid. Dog, you weren't
That's
there,
my
fool.
kid.
That's my kid. Look at her. She's 14 years old. She doesn't even know me. Remember? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're there with your kid, fool, you can't trip on another fool. And if you're there, you're not going to trip on some fool trying to teach your kid game. You're going to be like, hey, thank you for teaching them this shit I didn't teach them. Thank you. But there's fools that are like, fuck you, dog.
Whoa,
and it's like,
that's
fool,
how
this
I
fool
feel.
ain't trying to do nothing but teach this kid. And always trip out on fools that have high nuts, they have kids, and they don't give a fuck about that kid. It's
But
like,
they want to
Dick,
be stepfather of the
it's
year
like,
somewhere else.
No, but or no, I'm talking about like fools that if you get with the hyena and she has a kid, if you're trying to be
Well, listen
serious
to
with
this
this
story.
hyena,
Listen to this
if you're trying to
story.
be serious with this hyena fool, you gotta be in it.
Let me
You
tell
gotta
you
let this
some-
fool, this kid know what's up.
Let me tell
you
you
can't
some
just be
story,
there
though.
aquí con la mom.
Let me tell you a story. Stories that I have, but it's regarding females that have multiple children. Yeah, I'm speaking to you. You know, if there's girls that are out there that have 3 or 4 baby daddies, bro, and you meet her, she's bad.
Yeah,
Y la conoces, and she tells you how many kids she's
and you'll
got.
be like, damn, 4 motherfuckers
Nah,
didn't stay
but
with
listen,
you.
listen.
That's a red flag, dog.
Listen, 3 or 4 different baby daddies. Do you really think I want to take this girl serious?
Nah.
Or have one of these fools just call me? She got her. He got my number. Like, whoa. Like, do you think I really want to hit that pussy? No, bro. Like, once you give me that red flag.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see that. But
Well,
if you get with
sometimes
a
I'm
chick
just there
that
to hit-
didn't
hey.
one kid, this chick has 1 kid,
Nah,
or
there's
2
girls,
kids
There's girls that
from the
have
same
one kid.
fool.
It doesn't matter.
But you see that fool, and
But
you know,
it
it's
doesn't
like,
matter. You could meet a fucking girl and her fucking kid has no fucking manners. You think I want to be fucking part of that life? Neither.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just here
you're
to
like,
fucking
I don't-
hit.
you're like, I like her, but her
and get the
fucking
fuck
kids
out
are
of here,
fucking-
mocoso.
yeah, nah.
You know, like straight up. If your kids are not well educated,
Pues te dice
I'm not
like-
the father.
it
I'm not
tells
gonna
you-
tell your kid how to fucking nothing. I don't want no drama with your baby daddy. That's your kid. I got my other kid over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
we
But
already got
but
a-
I'm not gonna treat your kid any different than I would to my kid. But I hate fucking kids. I'm like, hi, what the fuck, this little fucker. You know, si hay unos pinches niños desmadrosos, homie. So
Fool, when
those
I
are
was
the
little,
red
fool,
flags.
my mom's friends would come to the house, and I would charge them to come into the house.
Hey,
I would be like, ¿quieren entrar? And she'd be like, no, pues
Cinco.
yeah, abre la puerta. I'd be like, $1. And then be like, all right, dale $1. I'd be like, cada uno.
Cada
and then
uno.
they'd be like, and fool, I would make them put
What was
it
it, a
under the door.
casitas?
I would make them put the $1 under the door because they would always get me, dog. They would be like, a ver, dale $1 ahorita. And they would all come in and they wouldn't give me shit. They'd be like, get this little motherfucking kid out of here. But I would like, a ver, abajo de la puerta. So fool, they would put it under the door and I would get the dollars and then I would open the door.
I remember some
And,
of
and my mom wasn't even there yet. And then they would come in and then she'd be
Te
like, hey,
queríamos,
este
hey.
los cobró para entrar. And be like, hey,
Uh-huh.
get your ass
Nah,
over here.
They
I'd
were
be out the
grooming
door.
you. They were grooming you. The ladies were grooming you.
Little ass. Nah, I would break them. I would tell them, hey, give me feria. They didn't want to.
Oh, they didn't want to groom
They didn't want to
you?
give me no dollars, fool. They were like, nah, they was entrar.
No
But give me
chonchon?
$1 under the door. Fuck that,
they're
dog.
awful.
And, no, because they would trick me before and be like, ahorita te damos. And I would open the door and let them in. They wouldn't give me shit. So now I would be like, under the door. A ver, abajo de la puerta.
Y que sea de
And then they would
verdad.
fucking put the $1 under the door. Like,
El
yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, fool, little ass kid, dog. I was a badass little kid, fool.
You
tell
still are.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I was a little kid, fool. I wasn't even 3 yet. And I told my aunt, I said, deme un cigarro. And my mom was like, what? And I told my aunt, deme un cigarro. And my mom was like, a ver, dale un cigarro.
¿Quién
a ver qué
eres, el
hace."
pirata de Culiacán,
No, my
homie?
mom, she's like, a ver, dale un cigarro, a ver qué hace. I fucking got the cigarette and I told her, no, pues préndelo. And she's like, what? Fool, she gave me the lighter and they were tripping. They're like, no, este tiene un, because tiene algo, tiene un
Tiene el Espíritu Santo.
Because, fool, I fucking put the shit in my hand. I lit that shit. She's like, no, pues, she said, no, que lo agarraste y tiraste el humo por la nariz. Like,
Already?
I was smoking. She said, no, la patita. I would put my foot against the wall and just smoke. And they were like, what the fuck? And then one,
They used to call
and they
you
were
baby
like,
smokes.
they were tripping like, no, este tiene algo. And then one of those times I went in, I put it backwards, fool, and I burned my lip.
Por
and then
pendejo.
I was like, no more.
Por
That's it.
pendejo.
I stopped doing that shit. But my mom, they would always be like, no, este tiene algo.
¿Qué trae? Trae monkey
Fucking
pox en los
tiene un
labios.
espíritu o algo. Fucking old man, dog. They used to call me el viejo, el niño
El
prematuro, el viejo prematuro or whatever. Because I was a little kid, fool, and I would talk and say shit. I was little. Little ass kid, fool. I would do bad shit since
Now you're
little,
just a
dog.
big little kid, homie.
And that's what no se me quitó,
But
dog.
you never grew up.
I know.
You just got older. Fuck. Así es la vida.
But right now, we're going to break into a little commercial, let you guys know what keeps this machine rolling. We got the Suavecito commercial coming up. Fool, this is player shit right here.
Suavecito, homie.
But yeah, let everybody know. We're going to take a little break, let you guys see the commercial. We got to take a little
Portense
something.
Biennn.
Like any success story, Suavecito started with a dream to open up a hot dog spot. We started selling our homemade Suavecito at local barbershops and car shows to the people that we knew would love it most. They demanded more, so we made more. Fast forward 12 years and millions of happy fans and friends later, we still use the same formula at an affordable price. We believe that great hair starts at the roots, our community. And nothing builds community like looking our best together. Suavecito is more than just pomade and top-shelf grooming products. It's who we are and who you could be. Because when you feel good about yourself, people notice. Ready to transform your hair game for good? Click the link and pick up some of our award-winning Superior Pomade and help us get one step closer to opening that hot dog spot. Suavecito. Get it, hombre.
What's up, everybody? And we're back with more stories. Predikt's putting us up on game, on everything. We're drinking a cervezacito, wilding out. This one, the Morenita, got me feeling good. And
Which
it
one do
tastes
I got, homie? I got
don't
one
know
that's
what
called
it is,
Cholo
dog. It's something
Water.
that tastes bomb.
Cholo
though.
Water, dog, by Cervecito.
Dog, 4.9.
Is that why I'm feeling like
You're
that?
gonna get off. You're gonna feel all good right now.
Come on, man. Bunch of dudes, I can't.
Nah, well, that's why you only drink one, so you don't get two.
Hey,
Algo
dog.
calmado.
Luckily,
But
TJ's is around the corner.
But where were we on the story where we're talking about
Man, we're talking
the
about
chicks?
No,
it
you know
tells
what?
where you were saying it says a lot about the chick when the little kids que no hacen caso or something.
Yeah, like if you don't raise your kids with some manners or nothing like that, that's a red flag already.
yeah.
You know, if you walk into a girl's house and she ain't got wipes in the bathroom, that's a red flag. La pesta al culo también.
Yeah. The flushable wipes or regular
I don't
wipes?
give a fuck. Homie, have some wipes because I carry wipes in my backpack just in case I gotta take a masa. Te limpias bien, homie. Just makes you feel good. It's just
The
my hygiene.
my old boss, every time he used to throw a masa, he would take a shower.
I know.
He was like, I have to. He's like, I can't be at work. He would leave work and he'd be like, I gotta
¿Es
go
gordo?
home, guys. We'd be like, why? He's
Hold
like,
on.
I gotta do it.
¿Es
I'm like,
gordo?
just go to the restroom. He's like, no, I gotta take
¿Es
a shower.
gordo?
I'm like, Doug, what the
I'm asking
fuck?
you. Is he fat?
Nah, he was a skinny tall fool.
That's weird because normally I have somebody that's like that and they got to
Like
shower
fat
right
fools?
after. And
Que
they
se
have
tienen
to-
que bañar, hell no.
¿Por qué? Porque las manos no aguantan.
I don't give a fuck, fool.
You know, like, I don't know. Like I said, my
If
personal
I don't get it
preference-
on the first one, I'll get it on the next
but
one.
a girl for me, if you don't have that certain hygiene shit around, come on, man. I don't know, man.
Highness can't be dirty.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
They can even
I
have...
could be dirty. I could be a fucking slob, whatever the fuck.
But the girl-
chick, don't be dirty, dog.
Don't be dirty and don't
'Cause
be
we can't
walking
be
around
two
with
dirty
flip-flops. Cuando te
motherfuckers.
quitas la flip-flop, de abajo están bien negras las patas. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, hey,
Fucking Bigfoot.
Highness be walking around barefoot all the time.
Gotcha. They
Too
got
hard.
fucking callos. Oh,
Fucking
come
shoes on,
on. Put some suavecito.
Yeah, hey,
mommy.
put some chanclas on at least.
Nasty.
Fool, in
dogs.
Ridgecrest, when I was little, fool, the girls, they would walk around barefoot fool in the desert.
Ya traían callos.
Yeah, you would
homie.
see them walking in the desert and be like, oh, barefoot. Like, I don't like shoes. You'd be like, damn, you better put some motherfucking shoes on. Fuck, fool, over there in the desert, fool. I don't know if you've ever walked in the desert or went lizard hunting, but there's like
What kind of
the
lizard
goat
hunting,
heads.
huh?
There's like little not lizard hunting,
No.
but there was like patches and they had goat heads, fool, and they would pop your tires. Like the little thorns, fool. You would ride your bike, fool, and they would pop your tires, dog. Well, fool, you would step on them, and it's a wrap, fool. Un thorn, it's like a little ball like that with a gang of picos everywhere. And
I
they would
see
call
them.
them. They would call them goat heads because it looks like a little goat head. Fool, you step on them, dog, it's a wrap.
Even
And
with
fool,
callos?
and this chicks would walk barefoot, and you'd be like, "Damn, you don't care." And be like, "Nah," but after a while, ya no, that shit
Ya
wouldn't
no
hit
les
you. They
pica.
would appear
They
callous.
were like
fool.
naked and afraid.
Think, dog, 120 degrees, fool, in Ridgecrest. I don't even know how I survived out
I don't
there.
even know how the mailmen will survive out there.
It was so hot, fool. Hot, dog. Like, And you would, one time when we first moved out there, me and my brother, we went lizard hunting. We caught all these lizards, and we're like, damn, we had like 10 lizards.
Pollitas?
And so we were like, whoa, we're going to keep them because we're fucking from LA, dog. Never seen lizards. You fucking hunt them and you find them. You're like, I'm going to keep these. You're a little kid. You don't know. So we filled up a tin trash can, the metal ones, with sand. And we didn't know, dog. And we put them in there. We're like, oh, it's going to be like a tank, you know.
Whose idea was it?
We put like a twig, like a log, like a little piece of wood in there and everything. And then we threw the lizards in there. And we're like, cool, they're going to be chilling in here. It's going to be their little aquarium. Fool, we went back like an hour later and they were all dead. Fool, they toasted. It was like an oven, dick.
Well,
we threw them in an oven. But we didn't know any better, dog.
Come on, it's like you going inside a trash can.
But
pull
we
down
didn't
the
think,
lid.
fool, because we're like, it's hot. It's in the desert. No se van a calentar tanto, dog. It was messed up.
Brains don't think right in the heat.
Yeah, it was messed up, dog. And I was like, man. But we didn't know, fool. And then, fool, that was the shit. In Ridgecrest, what you can do is just motorcycle ride, go lizard hunting, and you would catch like badass lizard, fool. The horny toads. You ever seen horny toads? You ever seen a horny toad? It's like a lizard, fool, and they're like round and flat and tienen picos everywhere, all over their whole body.
Yeah.
And some of them, they spit like blood or something out of their eyes. It's like, say there's a predator, and they try to get them, they'll spit it out, and that shit goes into their eyes or their mouth, and it fucked up. It's like poison. So some of them, you would try to catch, when you would catch some, like they would spit that shit. As long as they didn't go in your eyes, you were good. But they would do that. But we would catch horny toads. There was a lizard called a chuckwalla. They go in between rocks. Like if you're trying to catch them, they'll go in between the rocks and se inflan. And then they blow themselves up, so you can't pull them out of the rock. Like they go in the rock and they air up and poof.
They block it.
They get stuck. So when you try to grab them or pull them, they're stuck in between the rocks. They're called chuckwallas, and those things are mean. You'll see them in the road, and they'll go to try to bite your tire and shit. You'll be like, damn, this motherfucker.
Damn, like that?
Yeah, fool, chuckwallas.
The
lizard.
rubber biters.
Like, that's in the desert. If you ever seen that movie Holes, old-ass movie Holes with that fool Shia LaBeouf.
You haven't even seen
And it's
Rad.
that movie,
Have you seen
and
Rad?
the movie Holes, and fool, we're going to get to Rad right now. But in the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf, these lizards, they go into the holes.
Shia LaBeouf.
And those are fucking the chuckwallas, dog. Those are the ones you see out in the desert.
Shia LaBeouf.
¿Cómo se llama?
Shia
LaBeouf,
LaBeouf.
dog. French.
Oh, French.
Cherie.
All right.
Well, I used to be in France, dog.
You've been everywhere.
Everywhere, dog. No, but fool, Shia LaBeouf, too. Another fucking Shia LaBeouf story. I used to have a camera back in the day. I used to always take my video camera everywhere, dog.
See.
And we threw a big old party in the desert. My homie Jesse, his parents, they have this land it's like a house, but it's all beat up and messed up, but they have land. So in that abandoned house, we cleaned it up, cleaned the floors, we took generators out there, and we had bands play. And it was a giant, big-ass party, fool. Everyone went, dog. It was 2 bands playing, Militia, Death Ridge. Ridgecrest people out there, you already know. Militia, Death Ridge played. And I don't know if the other band was Norma Jean or some shit. Cornita's band.
Where most
was in that shit, but
from?
we were fucking, I don't know where the subscribers are from, but this is in Ridgecrest, fool. So we cleaned up this property and threw this big-ass party right there, fool. And in that party, I would walk around with the camera because everywhere I would do that.
Old school cameras?
And Shia LaBeouf, they were filming the movie Holes, and a lot of our homies were extras in that movie. And they kicked it. They started talking to Shia LaBeouf, and they were homies with that fool. And they were like, hey, we're having a big-ass party, and fucking come and check it out. So he came to the party, and that fool took my camera, and that fool was walking around. Like, he filmed himself, and then he was like, oh, I'm right here at this party. And he filming everything at the party, and it was with my camera. But that fool Shia LaBeouf is on there, and I have the film and everything, and you can see that fool on there talking. And it's like a party, fool, crazy, in the middle of the desert. And then you see all the cops coming and everything. Yeah. You see me like on there, but it's that fool Shia LaBeouf, and he has my camera, and he's filming this fucking party. And it's probably like I don't know what year that movie was filmed, but it was like 2001 or like 2000 or I don't know what year, dog.
Por allí.
But we were there and we partied, and that fool's on my camera where he films. He's walking around filming the party, and that's cool, you know. Like, you know, that fool became super famous. It was like one of his first movies,
That's
and
crazy.
now he's super famous, dog.
Yeah.
And that's just random shit. In Ridgecrest, fool, they used to film a grip of movies. Like, because there was a lot of desert, open land, and there's this place out there called the Throne of Pinnacles, and it's just like from the ground, like these things that come out, like it looks like giant coral or something.
Yeah.
And it's out there. It's called Throne of Pinnacles, and that's where they filmed Planet of the Apes, a lot of alien shit and movies like that. They film them right there because it looks like, you know, some shit you would see in Mars or some shit, and it's right there in the desert, fool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild.
That's fucking crazy.
You been to movies?
Come on.
Let them
dawg.
know.
Ya
Let
vas
the
a
people know what
empezar.
movies we've been.
Why,
We don't got.
homie?
Know what I'm saying,
If motherfuckers
Predikt's
don't know
done
my
it all.
background,
breeds, dogs.
I done extra work in movies.
That fool did extra work
video
in movies. He was in
shoots.
what, Jarhead? What, they had you in there for what,
I did
18
enjoy
hours?
Like 18-hour days. Like I think I did like 2 days work to work, and I was like, this
And
acting
they
shit
and they
is
pay
crazy.
you or
What do you mean?
no? But I'm saying, do they pay you for an hour or
homie?
for the day?
Nah, at that time, I don't even know how old that movie was, but they were paying me, I think, like $18 an hour
Yeah.
times time and a half and double time. And they have full catering truck.
Oh man.
Yo calladito,
You're like, all right, you
calladito.
know,
But that was that first time ever that I shaved off my mustache.
Yeah.
A la brava, they had to. I'm like, I don't want. I'm like, that's what they gave me
Like,
this
you want to
part.
be in a movie, you better do it.
Yeah, and I remember the guy that comes out in that movie, the sergeant or whatever. You know, he's like
And what movie?
Jarhead.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to shave my mustache. He's like, that's how you were born.
Hey, and you were dressed up all soldado or what?
Yeah, fool.
Like
you're
straight
an extra.
Marine?
Straight Marine, dog. And all this shit was filmed right through, I think, maybe ABC Studios in Burbank or something like
Oh,
that.
you guys weren't out in the desert somewhere?
No, they
Like
made,
where they would take you out?
Well, the part that I played was inside like the dorm where everybody sleeps and shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
They had everything, like the whole box with the boots on and everything, like everything to the T, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, we're inside some fucking studios. People really think that we're like in fucking Virginia.
Afghanistan.
Or you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's Hollywood for you, man. They build stages and then they just take them all down.
Well, that's what and the work I've been doing is doing stage work. And we build all that shit. We build the fucking where the lights go.
Those
and do
fuckers
all
get
that
paid
shit.
good money
And
too,
fuck
man.
Yeah, fool. And how you said where they the comer, we eat all that shit, fool. They
Good food.
Catering, we go work, we build, and they're like, hey, because we'll be building, and then the actors are doing their shit, or they're in there, and they're like, hey, you guys gonna eat and food all day.
All day
Bomb
long.
food, dog. Like
Big old massage in the
nice
porta
ass,
potty.
like bomb ass,
something.
like sometimes there's a chef right there cooking, and you got to
Yeah.
think this is where like these famous fools eat, so they're not gonna give them nothing. They're giving top notch.
You look like
So you're right there eating all cool, pinky up, what's cracking right here. We're on break.
No, but you know
You'll
what's
probably
crazy,
film
though?
some shit.
When you have the catering trucks and you really go on break and you're actually at the studios and it feels like that TV show Entourage. Because you start running into all kinds of actors. You're like,
Yeah, you see when you're
oh
like,
shit,
hey,
there goes Bill Cosby. Oh, there goes...
you be like, no, it says that fool's from the Price is Right.
CCC, you know, so you start seeing all
For
these,
real.
you're like, damn, I know that person. I seen that person too. And it just goes back and forth, but you can't be starstruck. You got
Hey,
just play your
hey, fool,
role,
it's
homie.
hard though, huh? Like even when we go to the
Nah.
comedy store, you see some fool, you be like, damn, you're like,
Not
I want
me.
to take a picture with this fool right now or some
Chale.
shit.
Yeah.
But you
Look,
just gotta be
when I
cool.
go to
You be
the
like,
store-
man, fuck, ¿por qué no me tomé? I'll tell my mom, no, pues el otro día andamos allí estaba caminando de eso. ¿Y por qué no te tomaste foto? My mom always, fucking, tómate una foto con ellos. I'm like, nah, mom, what the fuck am I gonna do? Hey, what's up?
But you're right now saying like, oh,
And I
would've.
want to, dog.
Okay,
Inside,
but see,
I'm like, fuck, I
not
want to take
me.
a picture with this
Like,
fool.
you know what?
I
This is how I do it for my personal experiences. When you have somebody like that, when I go to the store and I'm like, I think I seen that person on Instagram doing stand-up comedy, but I don't get starstruck like that because
no, but not like that, fool. But it's like, fool, ahí está el Chappelle.
Déjame hablar.
O llega Joe Rogan.
Déjame hablar.
O llega el fucking, you know, some fool from a movie, dick.
Déjame hablar.
Of course you're gonna get all fucking acá.
¿Me vas a dejar hablar?
Ahí voy, ahorita.
Okay.
There we go.
Look,
Go ahead.
I could pull up right there, and I'm really there just to support, like X, George. I'm there for them, dog. I'm not there to go see them other comedians.
Yeah.
Real talk, homie.
Fool, I'll go there. We don't even see any fucking comedians, or even them. I'm just there
to support my people, and I don't get starstruck because I've been around all that for most of the time. Like I told you, I did rapping, I did this, I did that. I could just go down the line. That when you like, you don't know so and so, I'm like, not really. Like, who's that? And then you gotta show me a physical picture of that person for me to understand who you're talking about. Because I don't get starstruck or nothing. I rather, even when you come on the Portense Biennn on podcast, the less I know about you, the better. Because we're gonna have an organic talk.
Yeah. Porque when you know too much about this food, you're like, no estamos haciendo una interview, dog.
Exactly.
Aquí nomás estamos hablando de fucking loqueras, whatever we're talking about. Some fools are like, so when you grew up, how was this? And it's like, no, dog, it's cool. Like, they could watch another podcast and they ask this fool the same shit. Ya saben. We're having a good fucking time right here, you know?
Conversation.
That's what I, like.
But
you do still have to do a little bit of questions. A ver qué pedo.
Yeah, but you gotta
talk about what's going on. But, you know, it's like, no, we're just having a fucking good-ass conversation.
You have to just let them be themselves. Don't ask them, like, I don't know, funny questions, you know, to put them on the spot, whether they like somebody or not. Those are just people instigating, and if you're quick to answer, you're fucking up because they're setting you up for the trap.
No, like, I hit up some fool to be on a podcast, and then he's like, all right, cool, I'm going to hit you up. And I talked to him, and he's like, look, dog, like, what kind of questions are you going to ask me, dog? He's like, because I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, man, stay your ass home then, dog. Next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to podcast then, dog. Because they'll be like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. I'm like,
then don't bring it up.
Hey,
don't bring it up. Why are you even telling me about it? Like, now I want to bring it up.
Hey, you know what? Don't even worry about it, dog. I'll hit you up. Like, I'll see you out there.
Look, it's just like we said, everybody wants to do a podcast. Everybody wants to do a podcast, and everybody wants to do a podcast. They see opportunity, but not everybody's meant to do a video podcast. You might have an audio podcast going, but where's the YouTube channel?
I think the YouTube helps out a lot because a lot of people do listen to the audio.
They want to watch the body
people
language.
People want to watch it too. There's some people that they want to see all this shit.
They don't want to see either that or they know it costs money to run something like this.
Yeah, and they appreciate.
Y no quieren aflojar. Yeah. They're like, chale, that shit costs money to run. I'm like, so you're just better off with your mic at home and your little iPad or whatever doing interviews. Like, nothing wrong with that. But if you want to elevate your game and really be somebody out there, you gotta go straight to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you're trying to stick out, dog, there's a lot of people doing this shit.
And like I said, I did it without even knowing. Like, I just want my voice to be heard, dog, because I have so much fucking stories to tell. Antes de que me muera, let me say something.
Yeah.
You know, on a video, so you guys will be like, damn, that was the homie right there. And a lot of people don't see it like that, fucking Tommy. You know, you have to seize the moment and appreciate the people when they're there. Because all these podcasters, they could try to be hot. Or you could have fucking 300, 500 episodes in. But if you don't have a YouTube channel, you're irrelevant.
Yeah, nobody cares. Like, nobody's seen it.
Nobody knows who your face is or nothing, you know? Like, when Howard Stern was on XM Radio, and that fool was just going, I wanted to know who the fuck that fool was, dog. And then the movie Private Parts came out. Have you seen it with Howard Stern? It's called Private Parts.
Back in the day,
there's only one movie called Private Parts.
Where the lady, she's standing on something, and he's like, hey. Yeah,
that's Private Parts. That's how, movie. But that's how I started picking up his vibe.
We just both remember that lady being a maniac on that fucking speaker.
It's like, oh my God, I'm coming.
Yeah. Hey, but that's a big. That was the starter of all the podcast shit.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if you don't have video evidence, because once he started going on TV, or what was it? Was he on HBO, or who the fuck knows what channel he was on?
He was on E.
He was on E. But when he went raw.
Was it E?
He was
Yeah, that
But
fool,
he was-
with
but he-
Robin,
he-
the lady Robin, and
No,
then
but then he stepped
Beetlejuice.
it up that you had to pay to watch him, and that's when he started bringing all the maniacas in and doing all the sexual shit.
Yeah.
And
then
you had
now-
to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. When people want to see some video shit, it's like, damn, he made that girl do this. He made that girl jump on a Sibian or shit like that. You're like, damn. Y luego está la negrita, and then the other fool that has a big teeth and shit.
Oh, the Baba Booey?
Y luego está el otro guy with the big teeth. What's his name?
That's Baba Booey.
Oh, okay. You know?
And then
it's a team of
Beetlejuice,
three. It's a team of three. You know what I'm saying?
Robin, Baba Booey, that fool.
Mm-hmm. So,
And then llegaba el Beetlejuice.
you know, so so that's what
Como
I'm
hablaba el
saying.
pinche Beetlejuice.
If you wanna do a video
He's like,
podcast, it's gonna take you a lot farther, and it's really gonna tune in with the people that wanna fuck with you and see you, dog. Because they're like, I fuck with Tommy, I fuck with Predikt, like
Yeah.
just their body language and the energy that you see through a video, people gravitate to it.
Interact.
Like, a ver qué está pasando allá. You might have a video podcast and it's really boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Really boring. And some of them are like 3 hours long.
They're like,
I'm
"No,
like,
stay
¿qué
away."
fue, Scarface, or what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know? I feel like a podcast should be between, me personally, between 45, hour and 15 minutes, hour and 30 minutes tops, depending on who the...
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get people tuned out.
Be like, nah, ya tengo,
Ya,
no,
tengo una
estaba echando
pinchura
unas
mirando a
tres-
este güey hablando de babosadas.
¿Qué está diciendo este
Ya,
güey?
ajá.
Ya tiene 3 horas aquí. Cámbiale esa madre.
So you have to, it's because when you tune into a podcast, you tune in from the moment it starts, and we already know when it's going to finish. It's going to be fucking Predikt. Sometimes it gives them 45 minutes. You know why it
Yeah.
gives them 45 minutes? Because you're
Para que no
15
se
minutes
cansen.
late.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, because they got late.
You're late. I'm paying for this studio time.
Yeah.
You're not even respecting my time, and you're telling me that you're running late when you signed up for it. I told you, vente con tiempo. What was it here?
You got to be there early.
Well, how
Anywhere,
early
anything
goes
you
here?
do, be
I
there
was like
early
30
but
minutes
to
early.
check out their environment.
I was here like 30 minutes early, homie.
If you're going to go to a podcast, if you're going to go to a job interview, if you're going to go meet up somebody.
Be early.
Be there early para que watches a ver qué tiene este güey
You know
aquí.
how you're going to get hired, homie?
Yeah.
You're already fucking up
Like,
off
nah,
day
este güey
one.
apenas me acaba de- y, fool, I'm supposed to meet him, and he's late.
And he's late. And that goes to anybody that wants to come on my podcast, man. You know, I'm very serious about and strict about my time because I'm paying from the moment that shit hits that time to the moment I say, peace out, Portense Biennn. I'm paying for that. You guys don't see it behind the scenes, but I'm kicking in. You know, so respect my time because my time ain't free.
Yeah.
You know, mucha gente no lo entiende. Again, it's not my problem. If you want to come on my podcast, that's why my podcast, some of them are shorter than others because you were late.
Yeah,
Simple
no,
as
pues,
that. Now
estaba
you
late
guys
este.
know why. Why isn't it longer? Tell that to the person that came on.
Yeah.
You know, I got to move on to the next. And respect it. That's all it is. Respect my time the way I'm respecting your time too.
Yeah.
You know, if you're at
Because
that
some people don't know. They're like, nah, aquí voy a llegar cuando quiera. It's like, nah, dog, be there early, fool.
Respect
you don't know
my
what the fuck
time.
this. What if this fool has a las 3 ya tiene otro guy
I
coming in?
do. And sometimes I try to knock out two.
Yeah, like when I was there with you, it was me and then the homeboy. That one guy was there after me, but I was there early, you know?
You had to. You had to. That's why I tell people, you don't know how my schedule is. So please respect my time. If you work, I don't know, then why you sign up for it?
You get there early so you can do whatever, roll up,
Whatever you have
twist,
to,
blaze
man.
it, whatever.
And we're
then-
ready to go. When the time clicks, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm very professional about that, bro. And it's something that you learn as you get older. If you want to have your own business and have people respect you, this is how you do it. If you're on time and we have a perfect energy, I'm going to welcome you back to my podcast.
Take what you're doing
¿para
serious.
qué? Si no, ¿para qué, homie? We're wasting each other's time and my money.
Yeah.
It goes back to money.
Yeah.
You know? So even when I have girls over that are like, some of them, you know, ex-strippers, over, they've been there on time. They respect the grind, dog.
They know.
They say, come on, man.
She's like, I know about
Like,
the
look,
30
dog,
minutes. I know about
I
fucking...
thank God because I didn't know where my podcast was going to lead me to, dog. And fuck, homie, I got verified at 6 months.
Yeah.
I got monetized I just recently got monetized like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So for me just to know that I have the real email from you two saying that we're partnerships with Portense Biennn because you're kicking up dust and we like you, I
That's
did my
big.
footwork. I did my footwork, and it wasn't because I made long podcasts. It's because I made people tune in Portense Biennn is very catchy.
Yeah, then it's what, 36, 37?
36, and you know what I'm saying? So it's 36 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't want to get people get bored of me like, man, there he goes again with that fucking story about his arm. There he goes about people be watching, but again, homie,
they'll be like, este güey ya dijo esa madre. Because there's fools that every single thing that you say, they know. They're like, hey, dog, you fucking were saying that shit last time. You're like, ah.
Yeah, but when your lady was over at my house, you didn't know about that part, homeboy. So, you have to, some fools, or some of them just talk out of their ass for the clout. You don't even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And they're over there going in hard on you, or like, for you to pay attention on the live, on what they're saying, but they're not super chatting. Don't throw your energy at them for that, dog. If you want to talk to me, I'm monetized already. Throw something out there so I could be like, all right, what's $2?
Yeah.
Like, kick in, homie. It's not free. I got to do a lot of things. I got to pay for a lot of things. So if you want me to entertain you and you're trolling.
I got fucking mouths to feed. Como dijo el Billy Bats. I got fucking mouths to feed.
And it costs money, man, to run a podcast. And for you to have this, it's just fucking authentic, dog.
Yeah.
Appreciate the blessing that you're getting with, man.
That's what I'm saying. All this shit, I'm like, man, we're blessing a motherfucker to be right here and doing all this shit. This shit.
But at the same time, Tommy,
the blessing.
Don't get comfortable, because sometimes something might change and you have to relocate.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're fucking...
Te tienes que andar moviendo y siempre pensar.
This shit, it's like... I know it's going to be something, dog. Because I told myself it is. It ain't because, I think, it's going to be... I'm like... I said, this shit's going to be fucking something huge.
It's going to manifest.
I'm going to make that shit something big.
You're going to make it something big.
I'm going to fucking do whatever I can, as much. And I just know, fool. I'm like, there ain't nothing else. Like...
Well, there is other things.
No, that's what I'm saying. Of course there's something else. But I'm like, dog, this is going to be something motherfucking popping, dog. Like, motherfuckers don't know about this shit, fool. We're barely on episode 6, fool. And fools already know what's up. People interact and like this shit. We're connecting with these people. We're trying to keep pushing it to better.
Your channel's gonna grow for sure.
And that's what we're trying to do here. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when people are like, dog, everyone has a podcast or something. I'm like, dog, I don't care that anybody has a podcast. I said, I know. And I'm going to do as much as possible to make this shit
work.
The motherfucking podcast where everyone knows about it. Like, oh, you listen to that shit too? Yeah. Like, when what I want, my goal is to, when somebody tries to show this shit to somebody, they already know about it. They're like, oh, yeah, I watch that shit too. Cool. Or make friends from this shit. I want someone to be like, oh, you fuck with 3 Plays holding it down? Fuck yeah, dog.
I'm going to fuck with your shit.
Let's blaze it. All right, cool. That's what I want.
Like, that was cool yesterday.
And that's what we're here for, fool. Just have a good ass time, talk, let people fucking enjoy our conversation, know a little bit more about you, what you're doing, what the guests are doing, what people are about, where they can watch them, and keep going, dog. Entertain people to where they forget what the fuck's going on for this hour and a half, 2 hours that we're podcasting. Like, if a motherfucker's driving, I want him to be into it and be like, damn, we're already here. Like, damn, dog, that shit went right like nothing. Because I was fucking talking, this motherfucker 3 Plays had, we kept it going. That's what I want. Like, the goal is for people to just be like, man, I fuck with this motherfucker, and I want to keep fucking with this guy,
A lot of people have told me, why don't you make your podcast longer? So I'm like, for what? Yeah. Wait till next week. Es como una pinche novela.
Yeah.
Y la siguiente semana en secretos.
Yeah.
Next week on Cheater. Portense Biennn.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have a time schedule. I don't know. Some might be fucking an hour. Some might be half an hour, whatever. We're just right here, fool, talking, having a good time. Excuse me, everybody. The motherfucking cervecitos kicking in. They got me. I'm hiccuping like in the fucking Pinocchio movie, huh?
Cuando ya anda pedo. Homie.
That's me. That shit's real.
Have you ever seen the hippos fight, homie? Dog. Hey, trucha. I saw that shit.
That's crazy shit, dog. Oh, you know who
those fuckers run underwater.
Elephant seals fight? Crazy.
But those hippos, when they fucking fight inside the water, homie, or they running under the water, like... Oh, man, those fuckers are crap.
You fuck with water, fool, and swimming and all that shit,
do
going
you
in the
mean?
ocean and all that. Cuando vas a la beach, you go in the water.
Yeah, I don't got ugly feet, homie. I don't mind.
No, I'm not tripping. No, I'm just saying.
No, I mean,
when
this
you go
fool
to
that
the
fucking
beach,
jump in the
when you go
swimming
to the
pool
beach,
with
you go into the
fucking
water.
lawn socks.
¿Te metes a la water?
Sí, para darme una pinche limpia.
Dog, fool, every time that I go to the beach, I've had bad experiences, dog.
What beach?
Huntington Beach, Pismo Beach.
Oh, you go to the nice beaches.
Everywhere. Fool, one time I got
quiere
a cramp.
llevar
Fool,
la
I got a
pinche
cramp
agua?
on both my legs, dog.
Because you don't exercise.
Estaba en el middle of the water
¿Quién te manda?
by the pier, me and my homie Joel, and that fool fucking saved me, dog. High key, low key, that fool saved me. Fool, I got a cramp and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, I was swimming and then I got a cramp on my other leg and it was just like, I was swimming and I just started going down. He's like, hey, what's wrong? I was like, I got a cramp. And that fool fucking, he's all, grab onto me. I grabbed onto his shoulder and that fool swam out to the end of the side, to the shore. And then I was right there with my fucking leg up. That fool had my foot. He's all, oh, fucking like pulling it. Fucking to stretch it.
Like it, Tommy?
I was like, oh, fucking right there. And then Chato came and he was like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? This fool had my foot. I was like, oh. I was like, I just got a cramp. I was about to drown. But hey, fool, I was going to drown, dog.
So you never took swimming lessons when you were in the
No,
desert?
I could swim. Fool, I'm a fucking seal, dog. When it comes to swimming, I fucking...
But a cramp was holding you back, homie.
Dick,
Come on.
yo me meto under the water, and I just swim out. I just jump out, and I just walk out the pool. Like, I'll jump up, I'll go under the water, and then come up, and then just walk out.
And what happened?
I just jump out, boom.
But what happened?
That's how sick of a fucking swimmer I am, dog. When
But what happened with the cramp,
dog.
homie? You stopped being a
I'm a fucking
sirena.
mermaid when I come to swimming, dog. No, underwater, fool, back and forth in the pool. One side
But
to the
back
other
and
side,
forth
like
in the ocean,
twice,
you can't.
3 times.
The ocean don't play, though.
I know, but the ocean's bad, fool. One time.
It looks nice when
the
you stick
ocean,
your
you'll be
feet.
swimming, chilling, and then you're trying to go back,
That's
and then
just
you're like,
taking you in.
hey.
Hold on, but
You see everyone over there, you're like, hey, what the fuck,
you start
dog?
swimming like a dog.
Hey, fool, that shit fucks you up.
Yeah.
The
That's why
ocean is
I
no
don't
joke.
go-
That's why, fool, I don't go to the ocean,
Nah,
dog.
but look,
I
I
don't
just
like
go in
going into
halfways,
the
homie.
Like, I'll go to the ocean, I'll fuck around, like, but really, I don't like swimming in the beach, fool. But every time, fool, you know those fish that jump out the water?
Yeah.
Like, they'll go, every time I'm swimming, I'm just kicking it. One of those fishes, fool, swims in front of my
You gotta
face.
catch it.
Let's
You're
go,
a seal,
dog.
homie.
I'm like, you know what? I'm done, fool. Vámonos.
En caliente.
Fool, I swim good, though.
You
in a
float,
pool, and in
homie.
a pool, I'm good.
You
in the
float.
ocean,
I
you're
don't.
good at swimming. You know who can't swim? Elizon.
I know he talked
Eso no
about
puede
it.
nadar, dog. That's
heard.
dangerous, fool. How you gonna be 30 and can't swim yet? Cuando tengan sus kids, que no les va a enseñar how to swim or what?
The floaters.
Fuck, dog.
There's some people that just don't like getting in the water, or so. Or like I said, they might have
You know how to
crusty
swim with
toes.
this?
Homie. You have
Good
to.
or barely? I'm good at swimming, fool. Like, if you're underwater, dog.
We're gonna have to start recording you and shit.
You know what? Next time that I have a swimming session, I'm gonna film it because I'm gonna get in the pool and I'm gonna have my girl film me. Sick ass fool.
They're gonna call you Tommy.
Well, you know
hey.
what? It's been about. When's the last time I've been in a pool?
Exactly.
Fuck, dog. Now that I think about it,
Tommy
I haven't
Tres
been in a pool, fool,
Nadazos.
for like
That's gonna
fucking-
be your new name. Tres Nadazos.
damn, dog. Probably like unos 3 years, 4 years that I've been in a pool.
That's not a lot.
Dog, people swim every fucking week, every month.
¿Te bañas todos los días?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in a pool, to go swimming in a pool, dick, it's been like 3 years. Badass fool, dog. But once you get
He's a
me in that pool,
badass
dog,
fool.
it's a motherfucking rap, fool.
That's it.
Yeah, fools film. Fools break out the cameras when I go film. When
Slow
I go
motion?
swimming, people are like, hey, agarra la camera, dog.
Commercial
This
right
who's
here.
swimming right
the
now.
Suavecito commercial.
When I was like 10 months? Y ya me metí a la pool. We lived across the street from a pool, fool. And the lifeguards that would come to my house and be like, hey, they would tell my mom, ¿ya hizo el baño? And I'd be like, yeah. And she'd be like, no, see. I'd be like, okay. And they would take me to the pool, fool, and I would be in a pool, fool.
They'll
Asking,
bring, hey,
"What's up,
they'll
man?"
bring you into the
Fool,
locker
I have an
room.
ID, fool. I have an ID.
esperabas.
I have an ID when I was
5
a little
minutes,
kid.
where's my
Dick,
kid?
tengo
Estamos
una
poniendo
ID
el
when I was in a
calzoncito.
pool. And it's just a smiley face. And
Yeah.
it's me. Dog, 1985, dog.
Ahí anda.
Yo nací en el 84 en December. En 85 ya tenía una
Who was
una
your
ID that I
lifesaver?
pulled.
Hey.
Dog, that's to tell you, dog. If I was born in 84 y ya en 85, in December of 84, y en 85 ya tenía una ID for the pool, pinche sirena, dog.
¿Cómo te tocaban?
You know a motherfucker could swim, dog. This fool wasn't even a year and a half in, and he already has a pool ID. He's good.
Shit like
He's good.
that. Hey,
Varsity.
you were probably a desmadroso. That's why your mom was like,
Fool, I was a
lléveselo.
bad kid.
Yeah.
I was
Si
fool,
te están
when I was
mandando
a
la
little, fool,
chingada
I'm
at
telling you,
10
I used to
months?
smoke cigarettes. I used to just be bad, dog. I used to cuss. I used
You're
to stay
still
bad.
bad,
I used to tell my mom,
homie.
hey, ¿por qué me dejaban hacer esas cosas? And she, no, pues es que estaba chiquito.
No, ese era
Sí,
bien
es que estaba
desmadroso.
chiquito y pues we're like, ¿y este qué trae? ¿Tiene algo? They fucking brought a fucking priest to bless me. Because no, este tiene algo. Because I used to do
Es el
weird,
exorcista.
crazy shit for like a
Fuck
big kid.
me. Fuck
Ya fumaba
me.
cigarros. Through the nose, kicking the feet up. Mom was like, no, a ver.
A ver.
But I'm saying we're right here, episode 6. We're wilding out. We got Portense Biennn in here. Come tell the story. This is the first time we have him here.
I'm trying to
The
tell a
first
story,
of-
but this
of
guy
many
talks.
times. But we're gonna be right here. Thank you, everybody that came and watched this. I hope something was lit up the whole time that you guys were watching this show.
I hope you guys learned
Come
something.
and have a
and
good
shit,
time.
man.
Let everybody know where they could follow you and hit the. You know what I'm saying? Let them know.
Just follow my YouTube channel, Portense Biennn, with 3 N's at the end. It's like Portense Biennn. It's not Portense Biennn. It's Portense Biennn.
Okay.
That's why it has the 3 N's at the end.
So like,
Bien.
Okay.
You know, like, pórtate bien.
hey, dog.
Tomás. You know, it's not Portense Biennn, it's Portense Biennn, homie,
Okay,
you know?
okay.
That's why it has the 3 N's behind it.
Okay, so it's with 3 N's.
Sí.
Portense Biennn with 3 N's in the motherfucking house. You guys can also check out all the links. We're going to have them under here in the bottom of the video. Like and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow. Tell your friends about this. Let everybody know. And thank you guys again for being here. We're going to have all the links in the bottom. Thank you for Modesto holding it down up in here. We're going to bring you the live later on. Let's go. Thank you.